Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. God damn it. I swear, I don't know what the problem is recently. Waiting for you guys. Put this back in. Promo. And add the DewsSnails. Put this in there. We're back, we're so back. It's me on my typewriter. It's like I can still hear her voice. God damn it. God damn it. I don't know what it is. Recently, I never had problems before like this, that it would just completely fuck up like this. But you know what? Here we are. She's like 60, to be fair. Leave me and my typewriter alone. I don't know what it is. I think it's a problem with YouTube recently. Because Nick also had the problem on his last stream. Seen it more and more recently, so guess can just pray and wait and restart streams as often as we have, which is great. Twitter DMs broke recently. That's also great. Love when that happens. Love when that happens. Okay, let me put my chill back in. And this. Did you kick the router again? No, I didn't. Oh, wait, I've had the wrong one open. And this one. Do I do audio recording tonight? Do it. Definitely do it. Just put the chill back in. This smaller, put this there, put this there. Get to work, Yen. No lazy, Yen. Otherwise you don't get your misgender jar this month. You know what? Let's just continue. And pray it doesn't fuck up again. Oh god, did I share the right one? Yes, good. Stop kicking your router. It's not my router, I swear. This time I am innocent, you know? One time I kicked my Wi-Fi USB thingy. But this time it's not that. I swear, promise.
Not private, but it was in a group chat.
It was in a group chat?
Not a group chat, a server.
What server?
Terms,
which server?
What happened? It do be YouTube. So he's now explaining why he thinks that Nick is common cop.
The one.
Apparently, Nick screen shared in a Discord server group, whatever, and then he saw on that one of his side account was content cop, according to Bowblax.
Everyone hanged out. What was it called?
The Cabal. You mean Xylee's Cabal server?
Yes.
In Xylee's Cabal server, okay.
Was this in like 2024 or sorry 2023 or something?
2020. No, it was 2024.
2024. So Nick was screen sharing and he had login access to Comment Cop. So basically, like Nick accidentally did what you did with Throbbing Horsecock, where he was just switching Twitter accounts and. You saw Comment Cop in there.
Yeah, it was like yeah.
Interesting.
Who else? Was anyone else on the call, or was it just you guys?
It was me and like a couple other people. I think it might. I don't.
Oh, you know, me and a couple other people who also saw it. You know, can't name them right now, but there were some other people.
Remember who though?
Do you remember like what you guys were talking about this time? Was it like a drama call?
Wow, Yen. Falgi is in the ACC Cabal and I am not invited. Wow. I see how it is. I see who the favorite is. I see. It's fine.
Or something?
No, it was like a random meme call. It was not a drama call.
So you guys were all just fucking around. Was it like Chris the Narc in there, where it's like another YouTuber in there?
No, I don't think it was like
You know what? I know why it is. It's because I'm gay. The homophobia is real.
Well, it might have been like some guys from Now Recording, maybe, and like people like that. So they are content creators, but like,
Oh, now it's no recording, guys. You know.
like,
Did anyone
was,
notice?
like,
Thank you, Wayne. At least someone recognizes me.
What you noticed that Nick had revealed?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Did you
I
point
was
it
going
out
to
to me?
It's the gayest GC, and I am not invited. Wow. Wow. Yen, you don't make it better. I start to take it personal. Just kidding. Gotta do more arts and crafts too. True. You know what? True. I see the problem.
Mention it. I was going to mention it, but then like I couldn't get the.
I am the gayest. Okay, so.
Because they were like just kept talking. There's no space to talk, so I just like I think I forgot about it and then just.
If this was
hashed it in the back of
2024,
my mind, you know?
would this have contributed to why you were upset at Nick then, maybe in mid 2024, because
Yes.
you knew about this? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you were kind of
then
crashing out
that's
Nick in
part
his
of
DMs,
why. Yeah. Although. Yeah. But I wasn't.
It's fine, dude. I let you become a groomer for a day. Don't say I don't do nice things for you. You know what? I took it before, but now I will cry myself to sleep tonight.
Mentally ill when I found out about Content Cop, but I was
Oh, I was mentally ill, guys.
when I decided to lash out.
is there
right?
any reason why you didn't confront him on it at the time in the DMs when you were lashing out?
Yeah, so he figured, apparently he saw that Nick is Content Cop, but never said anything about it. And if you know Bowblax, you know how good he is at keeping a secret when he has something against someone. And especially in the time when he was spiraling, going Nutto mode, blaming Nick for everything, he never brought it up.
I don't know. I don't remember.
So you basically this thing
I was
contributed-
lashing out about a lot of things. There's a lot of things I did and didn't mention.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of things I did and didn't mention, you know, and one that could have been a fucking good point, amazing point against him, or what would you think is a big point? You didn't bring up? Okay.
In that, you know.
But like it wasn't enough of an impact for you, the fact that he had an alt account where he made like a video attacking you years ago. That didn't cross your mind at the time. It was more just, I guess, the Destiny drama was recent on your mind or something.
Yeah, it was more just like getting my,
Yeah, exactly that, bro.
my frustrations and points out to him. And I didn't know. I guess it wasn't like necessary or relevant to bring up to me.
Oh, you know, I think it's a big point now, but back then I didn't think it was a big point, you know, to think that Nick is Content Cop, you know. I knew it for years, though.
To like get my point across, you know. But
Well,
but again,
this
like
is
I
just
was like that was like peak like
You were
or
going
one of
through,
peak
yeah.
craziness. Like
This
yeah,
is like an
I read
interesting.
the text and it barely makes any sense even to me now, you know.
This is such an interesting thing for me to like listen to, because because in my mind, like, you find out that Nick Diorio is Comment Cop, like, if I were you, I would have pressed him immediately because of
No, he just registered it and kept this in his mind for all this time, you know. Never brought it up, never mentioned it, never asked Nick about it. You know, he just kept this in his mind. He kept silent about it. As Bowblax is very well known to know, you know. Not.
that video that Comment Cop made on you about the whole Let Me Speak situation.
You know
like,
about that,
that
yeah.
would have been like the first thing on my mind, right?
The Let Me Speak situation.
And I mean, I know you as a person. You do get very, hung up on videos that are made on you, or things like that. Like I did mention before, like, you're very vindictive, right? So
Yeah, well,
somebody with your personality, especially, I mean, even somebody with my personality, I would have like instantly jumped on Nick and been like, "Oh, so you're Comment
Cop. Damn, I didn't know that, Nick. Why didn't you ever say that? Why is that your alt? Like, come on. And again, Bowblax is not someone who is really good at hiding stuff, you know?
Cop, like, so you're the one that made that video on me. Like, instantly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to, like, talk to Nick without addressing, like, the elephant in the room in that situation, right? So it's just very difficult for me to believe that you would just kind of notice that and, you know, maybe you want to speak up. And
No,
you
it's
get talked
part of
over
why
and
I
you're
was
like,
angry. It was definitely on
No,
my
I
mind.
was Nick. I was mad. I was angry at Nick for being comment cop, you know? I couldn't believe it. But I couldn't bring it up.
It was part of why I was angry at him. And it like me being angry at Nick was like like the comment cop thing and like a bunch of combination of different things. And then, you know,
Yeah, also like this stream too, you know, for me to continue for me to avoid for future snipe events when they try to silence me.
addressed and ranted at him about some of them, but not all of them, I guess. So
But even in your psychotic breakdown with Nick in July, and,
that's what I'm talking about.
For lack of a better term, I'll try to be respectful, you know what I mean? Like,
it was psychotic. I had a mental break. I went manic.
Exactly. But even in that conversation, it never came up, like, when you're just, like, listing all of your grievances, because you list a lot of, like, stuff that's clearly been on your mind for a while about how, like, oh, I built this community, I deserve more fucking respect, you respect Destiny more.
Like the stream of Saint gets put in the basement. Again. Not even the doghouse, just the basement.
More than you respect me. You never mentioned Comment Cop, which is something else that has been, that at that point had been brewing in your mind for months. Like that, for some reason, that you kept tucked away. But all this other stuff that had been brewing for months, all that came out. I mean, I just
He just had to think for a few seconds. Yeah, that's exactly what went on. You don't understand. This is exactly what went on in my mind. I only like if he gets put in the in the roof basement. Fine, he gets the roof basement.
Personally, I find that extremely hard to believe.
I'll say this, because I mean, I kind of agree. Did you tell anyone this revelation that you had, or that you saw? Sorry.
No, I kept
So-
it.
No. Well, he couldn't even keep his own secret gender identity secret, okay? Because behind the scenes he apparently talked many randos.
Very secret.
Okay, because it's confusing because, like, obviously you say you and I talked a lot, which we did, and sometimes, you know, you told me about the...
And he didn't tell Connor about it, you know, the person who he sent his picture with his skirt on to. Also quite interesting.
The whole conversation you had with Nick later, I think after it happened, I believe we had either a call about it or a message about it. I can't remember what exactly, but you didn't bring that up to me. You didn't bring it up to Augie. You didn't bring it up to maybe, I don't know, your Trashy Trio friends, King of Nothing. You didn't tell King of Nothing about this? Like, no one?
Well,
You know, King of Nothing, who hated Nick at the time and who Bowblax went back and forth to gossip about, to play both sides. Crazy.
talked to King of Nothing since like before July.
Well, I know, but you and King of Nothing were friends like when him and Nick were beefing, right? And so no one in your sphere or no one in your friend group, you never decided to say it until you publicly made this accusation a couple weeks ago.
Well, I don't tell them. I mean, we don't really talk about YouTube drama that much.
No, we don't talk about YouTube drama that much. You don't understand. We have many other things to talk about, you know?
Well, this is less YouTube drama, more just like something that's personally bothering you.
Yeah,
right?
And it is like
that a friend of yours.
I mean, I will say, yeah, if Nick is coming, that is like crazy. That is crazy.
Oh yes,
objectively, that
and also Nick showed he has like years worth of DMs with Comment Cop, so it would be literally psychotic if he would be Comment Cop. That would have been like the mega long con where he sent messages back and forth with his old account.
Wild.
Well, I mean, it would be wild if Nick was Comment Cop, because that would mean he'd be like lying about stuff like that, and it would just be like, okay, this is kind of weird that you have this weird alter.
And also, Comment Cop has been around since, I think, even before Nick started at Tommy C. So he would have been really early on with that. Like, one of the first things he did was create this alt account.
ego that exists or something
and
like
you
that,
made this
right?
video and you denied it too. Yeah, I would agree.
Obviously.
I'd be like, that's nuts. But
I never involved myself in drama. I believe you, Yen. You would never do that.
you saw that as
well,
the
what I
person-
talk about
Okay.
in my personal life and with other people, like, yeah, I mean, it's some people knew about it, but not anyone like online because like.
Oh, only my real life friends. I only told my real life friends about it, you know? You don't understand. You know, the ones who can't confirm. Hi, love. Welcome to pain.
Not something I wanted to like share that I knew because it's like kind
so
of
you did
like
tell- you did tell
whoa, Nick is
IRLs.
comment cop, you know, and I was still like friendly with Nick, like in those psychotic DMs, like you even see me hear me say stuff like or see me say stuff like oh, Nick, we're still best friends if you want to be, or whatever I said, or what have you. Not that I think he's my best friend, but or thought he was my best friend. But
I mean, I never thought he was a best friend, you know? Totally never assumed that.
I don't know, whatever. I said that stuff, and I didn't want to like expose him because I know if it comes out publicly that he's comment cop, it looks bad on him considering he made that video on me. So of course I didn't want to like tell and like, you know, have that get out because I was still having like Nick's best interest in mind.
So
Well,
what-
obviously with the drama that's been with like the farming that's been going on since, that's not the case anymore, right? So he's comment cop,
It's not the case anymore. Anyway, he's comment cop, guys.
you know.
He's comment cop, you know? Right? Guys, you believe me, right? Don't question me.
I mean,
Source, I saw it in my delusions.
I guess I'm just curious what pushed you over the line then decide to reveal this information that no one online
Push him
knew.
me over
A
the
comment cop has been mostly on Twitter, but also YouTube. Someone who made like, yeah, who's been around for a long time and also called out many things. Like really well known inside the commentary community.
line was how he had shared personal information about me online that was gathered in ways, and it was
And also
like,
no one knows who he is. He's been around, I think, since 2000. I think 16, 17? And no one knows who he is.
spread online and shit.
But like nothing else, no other coverage of Nick before that.
This is just insane to me.
Well, no other coverage than Nick did.
Well,
before
yeah,
that was-
obviously him like leaking my personal like finance shit pissed me off more than like anything else that he's done up to the point. Yeah, I'm gonna be more mad
Oh,
that
he told about my finances. Ooh, ooh.
that got leaked than like it's him saying like I'm cringe.
Well,
He showed a public document. This is what Bowblax is mad about. It. Oh fuck! It got. Oh fuck! Of course it got closed while my everything crashed. Okay, I will open Twitter carefully. Let's see if I can open it without everything crashing. I had it open, I swear. I can find it again. Bowblax. Opening Twitter on Steam? How babe? Yeah, that's me. Bet you wonder how I got here. Okay, I think I have to... History, is it still there? Still in there? Yes. So it wasn't actually Nick who released it, he just took this one from Drama Alert. Transgender YouTuber Bowblax is allegedly being foreclosed. And here's the public document for that, and this is what Bowblax is mad about. And again, black is not his color.
You
Okay, well,
know,
here's
or like a
something that
horror cow, or whatever.
Well, here's something you did accuse him of as well. You accused
Wait, he called them cringe too far. Yeah, calling someone cringe is too far. There's so many monsters in Steam too. No.
him of outing you as non-binary, which was a lie, and I don't know if you corrected the record on that.
No,
So why
did I
should
say
we...
that?
Yes, you said in a tweet
I'm
that was
pretty
deleted.
sure.
that he outed you as non-binary. And
I
so
said I
when-
Yeah, he was like, oh, I can't believe Nick did this. He leaked our messages and outed me as non-binary, or was like, he felt pressured because of Nick to come out as non-binary.
you accuse him of that, how can we trust you that
I'm pretty sure I said I felt pressured into coming out as non-binary because to explain the drama. Because like the drama was about the non-binary tweet. So I felt pressured into being forced to come out in order to share that DM to give the context of what was going on. So I didn't say Nick forced.
Yeah, Bowblax leaked his gender fluid everywhere. My Twitter's evil. It will just throw softcore corn in my face when I'm just trying to look at art and drama. Well, what art are you looking at? Is it going after your data? Yen? Are you a sinner? Yen? I thought you were wholesome. I'm disappointed.
Me into coming out. I just felt forced by the situation. I felt
Hi Jacob, welcome. Welcome to Cringe.
Forced by the situation.
I'm so wholesome. Sure, Yen. Sure you are.
To reveal that info in order to explain the situation. And obviously in hindsight I didn't need to do that, but that's what I felt pressured for. So it's my responsibility.
So will you correct the record that Nick, nothing in that situation had anything to do with your identity or your non-binariness? That has no connection to anything that involved with your meltdown with Nick. So you correct.
Damn, there goes my gender excuse. No, you can't take that from me.
The record that was incorrect.
No, other than like, you know, the tweet about that I got mad at Tom about being like the non-binary.
Also remember, he got mad at Tom because someday before it all came out, he was just randomly like, non-binary people are valid. Just really weird for his usual tweets. And then Tom was like, oh, thank God you chimed in. And then Bowblax got all pissy about it. And Tom just replied with, praise Skibbity or die. And that is what he got so butthurt about.
Like that being the subject matter of that little exchange, obviously. But
and then because Nick brought it big up, he felt forced to come out and leak his gender fluid everywhere.
That no, it's like pretty much irrelevant.
Wait, hold on. Nicholas Dioria in chat says, hey, so Bowblax straight up lied. Tipster reached out to me today to tell me the fake Comment Cop Xylee server story hours ago. He absolutely told other people.
He told Tipster that Nick is Comment Cop.
Oh, what?
Nick says Twitter DMs are down right now, but he
I told people.
I will never stop saying that, Liv. I will never stop saying it. The time left is so ominous. What I should do it, and I will not even say what the time left means. I will just put the little countdown in the corner.
How I found out about Comment Cop after I tweeted about it publicly.
Okay, this is post reveal. So
yes,
I have to come clean. We are Comment Cop. I knew it. I knew it all along. My source is I saw it in my dreams.
When did you talk to Tipster about it?
Yeah, when did you talk to Tipster?
He DM'd me. He asked me if it was really like true. Like I think the day of me tweeting it.
And so you said this story. You said this story the same day. But you're saying that before you outed it publicly, you never told anyone.
Yes.
Yes, I said that.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I mean, it just seems like, I don't know, to me it just seems like that is the golden card for you to play against Nick, and I don't know why you would have waited for so long to say that.
Well,
you know what? The true Comment Cop is the friends we made along the way.
All of your grievances, like that you had with Nick over the summer, this is like one that could be legitimate.
Yeah,
right?
Again, like I said, if Nick was Comic Cop, I would be like, whoa, that's crazy.
But it's like,
yeah, again, it's not even a big of a deal. Like, it would have been like, wow, I can't believe Nick never said anything about that. You know, or sometimes when Comment Cop even disagrees with what Nick's take was publicly. So it will just him. What would be the goal here? What would be the own here? Or Nick has an alt account that's also very successful. That's crazy. Like, what's the own here, really? Aside from it being kind of weird.
Instead, you play all these other cards that's like, Nick, I mean, I forget what
Pressure
exactly
me to
you
be
were.
non-binary.
Well,
Nick,
Yeah, exactly. You use a bunch of bullshit
No.
instead of like alleged.
Come out as non-binary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue hugely with Nick until like he just keeps going on with this coverage of me where to the point of like,
I can't believe Nick continued to cover me while I went more and more crazy. And lied more and more. I can't believe that. Like, why would he do that to me?
leaking my personal information and stuff like that, and then
Oh, leaking my personal information.
like, even
That sounds
before
serious.
a bit. But like during the whole like craziness, like yeah, I was mad at him, but it was like mad because I want to get over it and continue being his friend, not in the way I am now.
I was mad because I wanted to be over and continue being his friend. That's why I went totally apeshit on him. And demanded he apologize to me for not respecting me enough.
Where it's like, fuck Nick, I'm never gonna be his friend again type shit, you know?
Interesting. And when you say personal information, are you talking about the segment he did on the
On
what is it, the house?
the house stuff.
Okay, so like a public court document, basically, is what you're talking about.
Yeah, except you have to like pay to like find it, and you have to like manually search it up. It was like private info that you can bring up publicly, sure, but that's, you know, people can look up info of people online and like find people's last names and find people's addresses or what have
Yeah,
you.
no, he's like, he showed this document, which was censored, by the way. The full name was censored. And then he's like, yeah, but he showed the document, and then, because it's a public document, people can find the real document that's not censored. And then people know. Would you forgive me if I go watch Becca's premiere in 2 minutes? I don't know, Yen. I don't know. I don't know if I will get over that. Of course, you can watch whatever you want. You ask me.
You know, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should dig in and then share that info out, right?
Right. Was
and I know he censored a bunch of shit, but like, you know, he continued with sharing that alongside the people who, you know, didn't censor it and stuff. So
yeah, so your name is already public, right? And I believe your YouTube, I think, even used to be, and maybe your Twitter. You
said your last Nick, everybody knows my last name's public.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, then why are you acting like this?
Like
last name, dumbass.
Anyone can look up if you have
dumbass.
Somebody's like name, your full name, and the general city that you live in, right? Anyone can look up public record documents or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like if somebody has like a DUI or something like that, right? Yeah. I mean, anyone can like look that up. If I know like, you know, fucking.
Yeah, so he's literally mad because he read the public document and was like, you know, talking about it, and then now he's trying to sell it as Nick kind of soft dogs me, if you think about it. What do we learn? Never read the court documents on stream. Never cover court documents, apparently.
You know, I don't know.
Nicholas Yorio, New York.
Yeah, Nicholas Yorio, New York City. Like, if he has any fucking documents that exist of him.
Web user, you're one of the real ones.
Or he's ever been, like, fucking.
Yeah, but if those documents have, like, private information on it, like.
Well, at that point, the information isn't private anymore. It's public.
Right? But it's still, like, my address that can get doxxed.
My address could get doxxed because of Nick covering this court document. That's public.
Still my address. Like, don't you see, like, the harm in a bunch of people online knowing my address and other information about me, even if it came out through a public document?
What was your address on it?
What, did he show it?
Nick didn't show it, but
Nick didn't show it, but you know,
other people who got the information, the base source of it,
you know, the other people could look up the original and base source it, bro. You don't understand.
Information like that.
So here's my question then, like, are you saying like?
Well, he had his address was already doxed 2 years ago. He put it on his fucking Facebook. That makes it just even more funny.
People like Turkey Tom or people who cover kiwi farms or content on there are just as guilty because you may have information that is on that website. Like if Turkey Tom does a video about you and he covers,
yeah, you can never source kiwi farms because then people could go to Kiwi Farms and see your dog's data on the first page, you know?
What someone said in your Kiwi Farms thread. Is Turkey Tom now doxing you and revealing your personal information on stream?
No, but I can dislike him for it.
No, but I can dislike it too. It's quite a different accusation than made before. Before you were like, oh, they shared private info, you know? It was really uncool. You know, don't you think that's dangerous? And I was like, yeah, but I can dislike them for it. Bro, no one cares if you dislike any coverage that people do on you. Come on now.
Okay, but
I didn't say Nick doxed me.
Yeah, Nick has also already been doxed. Oh, did he just say I didn't say Nick doxed me? You very heavily implied it, Bowblax. You very heavily implied it there.
That's not an answer to the question, though.
No, you're accusing him of revealing your personal information on stream, and this was the impetus for you revealing content.
No, sharing the revealed information. Someone doxed me, and then Nick shared information from that dox.
Well, it's not a dox if it's a public record. I mean,
again, it's just a public record. Nick didn't show his information. It was all censored. He just showed that there's a document that exists and read what the document entailed.
Fucking government.
It's the same outcome. My address got out. It's the same outcome. Personal information got out. Just because, like, you can look it up. I could probably find a bunch of information about you if I just started, like,
you
searching
absolutely
up certain
could,
terms.
His grades, I hope he got good grades and if those were leaked. True. Technically what he said was Nick encouraged others to dox me because he shared a public record no one would know about exactly, even though it's been on Drama Alert, where probably most people saw it, you know?
Google.
That's the thing. It's like,
should I start like saying it on this stream and shit?
Well, no. The thing is though, it's like if there's a public document of mine that exists or whatever, right? Yeah. That people can retrieve.
Yeah, if people like when you have A-loggers and people who are willing to dox you, they would have found another way to find it anyways. So you can't even make that argument really.
I just have to eat crow at that point. That's just how the fucking world works.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's your L.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like that's what I get for telling people my full name and the city.
Oh wait, I think I missed something.
Well, no. The thing is though, it's like if there's a public document of mine that exists or whatever, right? Yeah. That people can retrieve. I just have to eat crow at that point. That's just how the fucking world works.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's your L.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like that's what I get for telling people my full name and the city.
One more back. Oh, God damn it, Saint. Slave driver.
Well, no. The thing is though, it's like if there's a public
just started like
you absolutely could, but that's the thing. It's like
oh wait, I think I found it.
Personal information got out.
Hey, Quantum, thank you. Quantum for the 20. Boom, boom. Me, look at it. If I remember correctly, Nick brought it up so the viewers wouldn't go looking for his dogs. He didn't want his viewers harassing Bowblax. Yeah, that too. Like again, Nick has been way too nice. Thank you so much, Quantum. And you know, for you guys left in here, you get the head pets. You get your head pets. There we go. Head pets for every single one of you. I'm so proud. Thank you all for staying around. Thank you very much, Quantum, for the 20. There you go. More head pets. More head pets. Anything to make Saint love me more. Damn. Saint, are you stealing Quantum from me? I think I need to put you back into the basement.
Just because, like, you can look it up. I could probably find a bunch of information about you if I just started, like, searching up certain terms on Google.
That's
so, you know, like, oh, I could find a lot about you, Augie, you know. Do you want me to? Do you want me to do it now?
It's like,
should I start, like, saying it on this stream and shit?
Should I look you up on this stream and start saying everything I find, Augie? Do you want this, Augie?
Well, no. The thing is though, it's like if there's a public document of mine that exists or whatever, right? Yeah. That people can retrieve. I just have to eat crow at that point. That's just how the fucking world works. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's your L.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like that's what I get for telling people my full name and the city that I live in.
And you're a public figure.
You know,
and you have a public court document.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a threat from unconsent. Yeah. It definitely sounded like it. Like, hey, Augie, if you think that's cool, do you want me to pull your name up and say, read everything I found online about you on stream right now? Do you want this, Augie? Do you really want this, Augie? Come on now, Augie. Augie, just agree with me that Nick verkackt here.
When you're a public figure, you do like lose some of that basic right to privacy, right?
So if people were sharing around Nick Diorio's docs, is that like okay?
If
like
he had
people
a court
like sharing
document
in
where
videos
his
and stuff.
Well, if it was
Ooh, Quantum! Congratulations, I hope everything goes well there.
the court document.
Well, no, his name is fully out there. People found his address and everything just by his name being Nicholas Diorio and him saying he lives in New York, Long Island. That's enough info for people to find his docs, and people ended up doxing him off it. Is that now like? Is it okay if people like talk about that and share because it's out there? You know,
Nick didn't look up Bowblax's address and then read your address on stream. That's like what you're saying. The equivalent is if Nick.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah, this feels really weird what he's pulling here now. Like, oh, you know, if Nix is out there, he was, you know, it's all out there. He's been doxxed, you know. It's okay when people did this to Nick.
To answer your question, if Nick had a court document against him that his house is getting foreclosed on, and you decided to fire up a Male Monkey Bully stream, you censored the address and you said, Nick's getting his house foreclosed on.
That would be bad. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even.
I would not do that. I would not do that. I am against it. As an English woman and Tim being Polish, we both agree that the best country in Europe is actually Germany. You both can. Listen, you both can move in with me. One gets the basement, one gets the roof basement.
Tipster, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh, okay, that is a lie.
100%. Just like how I did.
I would never cover court documents. I would never. This is against my moral code. Is that what Bowblax is saying here? Come on now.
I say like that, the docs of where he like worked.
Would have done that.
But there was literally a situation during my Tipster Bully like stuff, like during the year or so I did it, where something came out about like Tipster's job and like where he worked and shit. And people were
okay, that's true. But I feel like he didn't cover it either because he found it too late. Or I think... I don't know how late that was. No, it wasn't while Bowblax was in drama, but I think there's been another reason why Bowblax didn't. Yeah, no one covered it. Chut did. Chut Logic, I think, covered it, but otherwise no one did.
Covering it, like I think Chris and Ark did a thing on it, and other people.
Chris and Ark? Did Chris cover it? I don't think Chris covered it. I think Chut Logic was the only one I've seen who covers it. And Creeman. But otherwise no one really covered it. Everyone agreed behind the scenes not to cover it, the Hellsphere did. Yeah, like I said, Chut and Creeman are the two I remember covering it, but that was about it. Why is he throwing Chris and Ark under the bus now?
And I didn't cover it. So that's an example of an equivalent.
Well, I mean,
it's private information. I want to bully his content.
What wasn't covered? Tipster, there was an ex-mod of his who came out and like doxed his job pretty much and said how much he earns there. And also if you know where he lives, you know where he lives, where he works. And yeah, like I said, this wasn't covered by many commentary people.
Not, you know, where he worked.
Someone said Chris covered it in a private Discord stream. Yeah, but that's something else than covering it directly on stream.
So what is finance?
He didn't put it into the eye of his audience, but they did it under themselves.
Or whatever. I'm bullying him and his fat ass and how he acts.
I'm thinking of like old situations, whatever, right? Like with Deaf Noodles, like people, like when commentary was going in on Deaf Noodles, they found like old stuff about his previous divorce and like his previous marriages and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I never covered that.
I mean, if you have that standard, I guess, and you've been consistent on that, then...
If you've never, ever revealed any kind of personal information about anyone, ever...
But I mean, at the same time...
Okay, no, Connor. We made the establishment.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, here, that's the standard,
There's
right?
not any information ever.
Yeah.
Not any information ever.
No,
saying that
me
you've
covering
never-
Anisa talking about Ian shitting in like a clip is not the same.
Wait, but he also talked about Tipster Wife. Is Tipster's Wife also his content? Because he just said, no, I just want to shit on his content. Since when is Tipster's Wife content? Just asking.
As what we're talking
No,
about. Don't say anything ever. You're
personal
being
information.
hyperbolic. You're being
I'm-
Oh yeah, it's someone here in chat says, oh, so Tipster's sexuality is also content. Crazy, crazy. I don't remember much of that being brought up in Tipster's content.
You're being very
hyperbolic.
specific. Personal information. So you're
No.
holding yourself to the standard. You never talk about this personal information, doxing information ever. You've never done something that could possibly lead to someone's dox in your entire internet history. And if you have, you would see this point to Nick.
Yeah, like using
Dude,
Kiwi
the
farms
way you
as
were
an example.
talking,
Kiwi
there's
farms.
no way in any circumstance ever over the.
See, so
He
you-
does not get to do the retard voice now. The see, this is you. No, Bowblax, you have no leg to stand on, literally.
don't.
14 years of content you have
losing. You
ever
lost.
made where you. I mean, I
Okay.
might.
Oh yeah, in the 14 years. You listen, back in the olden days, I might have made some mistakes. Couldn't be more recent, right?
read
Yeah, you
out a
lost.
tweet that could have been information.
You
I don't
lost.
remember. I've made so much content. We made like
And welcome back, Wayne.
6 years of drama content. You know that's a fucking slimy little.
It's not
weaselly thing to
slimy.
say,
It's the
like-
point is that you're holding. the
You
standard-
don't get to call anyone else a slimy weaselly fuck. Brother. The slimiest weaseliest of them all dares to be like, yeah, you know that's slimy and weaselly.
You are
100%.
doing drama content. That's the truth. And the truth about drama
So
content
I'm
being a public
supposed-
figure. No, the truth about drama content
It's
being
a
a public
standard
figure.
I've always had. Is there content that maybe breaks that?
Oh, it was a it was a standard I always had. Always. Is that so? Always. Crazy.
Standard in the past I made? I have no fucking clue. But as a standard,
You know, I might have worked my own standard 1 or 2 times, but it was always my standard.
I've personally had this whole time, maybe like my definition of what is or isn't that has like
Maybe my definition of that standard has changed, but I always had the standard. Sing me to sleep, dude. You don't want that. You don't want that. Trust me.
matured over time or what have you. But
Or is it just
so
convenient
maybe
when
there's a video
you
like
use-
5 years ago that I made where I read out a tweet where it had a certain thing and
Or guys, maybe I read out a tweet that had some information in it, okay?
I wouldn't do that today or whatever. But generally, yes, I have
I
stuck.
mean, the standard just sounds
consistent.
like it's impossible to use Kiwi Farms as a source because when I
Yeah.
go to somebody's front page on Kiwi Farms,
They're
it lists their
doxed.
name
I've-
and their address.
I've
Yeah,
never
so
used
Turkey
Kiwi
Tom
Farms
should
as a
delete all his
source,
videos.
Wait, you've never used Kiwi Farms as a source?
except for in one video.
I never use Kiwi Farms. Except once. But I never use Kiwi Farms. You know, except those times. Except those time. You know? But never.
Which was the Sonic pooping, like poopy diaper.
So
like,
you're
he-
against
The Sonic poopy diaper? Okay.
using
pooped in his.
Kiwi Farms
like-
as a source because it can lead
I'm
to
not
like unethical
against
sharing.
it. I just haven't personally ever done it because I don't like.
I'm not against it, but I personally have never done it except once. Okay.
Versus Onision's
That
court
website.
hearing? That's a little bit interesting. Wait, what is this? Twitter versus Onision's court hearing.
Oh, is it a court document in a Twitter versus? Crazy.
Oh, wait. Let me send this to you.
I
Ollie.
might have went on Kiwi Farms a little bit for that. I'm not sure.
Suddenly it's 2 times. Damn, that's going up quite fast. I don't know, we might have gone to Kiwi Farms for that one. I don't know.
Hold on.
Generally, I
Oh,
don't
wait,
use
is this a
Kiwi
court
Farms as a
document of
source. I use
Onision?
Twitter as a
Wait, hold
source.
on. What is this? I just
And
didn't
if
see
it
log. If
links
you want
to
to pull it
Kiwi
up.
Farms, I'll use it, but I don't.
Oh,
Generally.
only if Twitter links to a Kiwi Farms, then I use it. Damn, the definition is really changing fast.
Well,
is
Kiwi
this
Farms as a
Kai
source.
Jackson, James Jackson? They're full.
I can't pull
names.
this up because I'm not logged into my
See,
Discord.
we're getting into
Oh.
like really
Wait.
weird, like nitty gritty, like.
This isn't
"Ooh,
nitty-gritty,
5
though.
years
This,
ago."
this is not really weird nitty gritty. This is just fact checking, dude. This is normal. What do you mean? This is really weird nitty gritty. Oh no, how was I supposed to know you checked me on my bullshit? Bro, I thought I can just say whatever I want and you don't check me on it. Just trust me, bro. I thought we work on trust. Hey, Viking Odin. How you doing?
You went on Kiwi Farms and Kiwi Farms does
hold
something.
on. It's testing
now
your...
we're getting into this and this and this and this.
Well, it's testing your standard.
He's getting feisty now. He's getting feisty.
Because you want privileges that, as a public figure, you've already.
My standard is what
against,
I've uploaded in my content.
What? My standard is what I'm uploading in my content. Okay.
As of
open
late,
the first second of the video on stream. Can you? Oh, you're not logged into.
I'm not
Discord.
logged into my Discord, so
you're
I can't.
Logged into my
up.
Discord, right?
I think.
Is it Twitter versus Onision court sharing?
I just sent it to myself.
I think I
have
set
it on
the
DMs.
standard with the tipster example, right?
I gave you one example. God. Guys, I told you, I didn't cover the one where Tipster's job was doxxed. Why can't you just be nice about it? Why don't you trust me now? Why aren't we friends anymore?
Well, no,
that's something other people covered and then I don't, so that's like generally like I guess the line, right?
What do you mean other people? It wasn't even people from your if you want to be really gay about it. It wasn't even people from your community. And you just claimed that Chris the Narc fucking covered it. Hey, Nintendo Mail, hello. Welcome to Quinch.
Well, what about this Onision
I was going
video
all
right
in
here?
on tips.
Nick,
On mobile, but the whole Bobby drama is amazing. Yeah, it is. Really is. It's finally something funny again. Just some good old Spurk drama, you know?
It says play the first couple seconds of this.
play the first couple Okay, I'll share it. I'll share it. Here, 1 second. How do I do that? Share screen. Okay.
So this is the first. Oh, is this an address? Wait, what address is that? Room 239, Tacoma, West.
Well, it's probably a courtroom address.
Is that a courtroom address? Okay.
It's probably.
So what a courtroom address. Oh no. I hate being without a computer for a week. Oh, you will survive, Woken. Woken. God damn it. You will survive, Odin. I believe in you.
Names.
Onision took Chris Hansen to court for knocking on his door.
Yeah, so the
and
address
Rexion
of
to
the
court for
courtroom?
making videos about him. Yes, this is real. And
So
despite
we're reading
how
a
silly
public
it is,
court
it
document.
had to go to court, but unsurprisingly,
And what's wrong
it
with
got
this?
immediately dismissed.
Yeah, it doesn't mention his address or anything. Mine mentions my address because it's about my house, right? About my place.
Knocking on his
man-
door.
Right.
Knocking on his door.
This
Wait.
doesn't
So
mention
the
it. The only
filing for knocking on his door doesn't mention the address? Hansen's house?
Does it mention his address? I don't fucking know.
I just claimed it doesn't mention his house. Listen, I don't know. What, Saint? What? What is it? What do you want? What do you want? He showed the clips. Yes, I know.
So this is a standard that's unrealistic to hold. I mean, we're in drama. That's the
Well,
thing.
like,
We're
as drama
tutors.
creators, you're going to
Public
public
video.
figures.
Do your
public
standards
figures.
not change in life?
He showed the clips where you can see Onision's house and house number. Yeah, which is great, you know. And he just acted like, But also, to be fair, I don't think they really noticed.
Over like 6 years or so?
So now when Onision and Chris Hansen were filing lawsuits against each other for showing up to each other's house, we should avoid that as drama tubers, is the standard you're saying now.
No, there's no rules. It's just my personal rules. No.
Then why are you mad for Nick not adhering to your rule? Which is a bullshit rule that you probably just made up at that moment. Or after Nick covered you. Because you definitely didn't have this rule before.
No one else has to adhere to my rules. It's just my personal rules of morals.
Well, I
If
guess
you
if
want
nobody-
to, you
I'm just I'm the moral guy. You know, I always knew Bowblax was the moral guy. You know, he's on a soapbox preaching, don't use kiwi farms. Don't show court papers.
To adhere to
docs
your
on you
rules,
can
then-
docs whatever you want on fucking YouTube.
Well, the thing is,
You can dox whoever you want on YouTube. Now you're getting. Now he's getting pissy. Now he's getting really pissy.
calling it a
If you get
dox,
away
but
with
it's
it,
like,
then-
first of all, Nicholas Diori.
Oh, I wanna get away with it. Oh. He's getting really pissy there.
censor. You're talking about Nick specifically, and he censored your address, right? I don't believe he even shared a link to it, right? Now, obviously, I guess
I don't like him because of it. All we're amounting to is I don't like him because of it. And I think he's a dickhead and an asshole.
Not liking him is quite different from accusing him of doxing you, Bowblax. I don't know if you know this, but it's quite a difference.
For getting into my personal shit and posting it online.
And again, it's not your personal shit anymore, and he did not post this online. It was already online, otherwise he wouldn't get his hands on it.
I don't like him. He can do it. I don't like him for it, and that's why I mentioned the comment cop thing. Not because he's not allowed to do it, because I was pissed off at him.
Yeah.
If the world ran on Bowblax Smallholds, we'd all be dead by now. It's so stupid. You just noticed this now, Saint? I'm starting to think I might be conditioning myself into using your stream as sleepy time inducers. Oh no, I am the passive sleepy time call. Due as ASMR. Listen, I would be amazing at ASMR, you don't understand. Someday someone will find my secret ASMR channel.
Yeah, but like, I don't know.
It's not about like fucking like getting into the weeds of what I did or didn't say or weird pocket.
Guys, can we not get into the weeds, you know? I just want to get on here and make my claims. And can you just agree with me once? Why do you have to argue about this?
Or like whatever. It's just I got pissed at him and then I fucking told everyone he was
It's entirely my fault for watching your stuff post. 9 to 5 workday. Ah, thank you. I hate ASMR too much. No, I just like specific ASMR there. I'm very particular about ASMR.
comment cop.
I just, to me, it just seems... Okay, so you said you told IRLs.
I know, that's why I'm saying, you know? Try to look out for my secret ASMR channel.
You said you told IRLs that he was Comic Cop, like you've been to some IRLs about that.
Sure,
it just seems like what? Like, are these like?
But maybe not like saying Comic Cop. I'm like, there's this guy in an alt account, you know, because.
Yeah, sure. You just tell you could just read bedtime stories. Listen, maybe I'm doing that. I love how. What did he just say? Fuck! I lost my train of thought.
Not, like,
fuck. Me. Beep. Attention span of 3 seconds, I swear.
Not like saying Comic Cop. I'm like, there's this guy in all.
Yeah, so he's saying he has real life friends who don't know anything about the drama sphere, and he's like, yeah, so there's this guy called Oreo, and he's actually also the other guy who, you know, is known as Comic Cop, guys. Don't talk to your real life friends about this shit. My mom used to read Tintenherz or other novels in German. Aww. You will blast me back to my childhood. Aww, it's actually cute. ASMR is of the devil. I am an innocent Christian being and don't participate in the 8th deadly sin. The 8th deadly sin of ASMR. I'm sure there are some Bible ASMRs. Come on now.
You know, because they're not like into drama shit generally.
Well, you have quite a few alt accounts yourself that you've been caught using, like Stone Dagger and things like that. I mean,
sure, yeah.
I don't know. It's a little rich for you to.
Do you not have second Twitter accounts, second Reddit accounts, or whatever? To
actually, no.
Anonymously.
I have one.
Don't you have alt accounts? Yeah, but not alt accounts where they act like they're a completely different person. Meanwhile, you went around on your throbbing horsecock account talking about trans people and then flirting with Catholics, and also a lot on Reddit to, you know, try to spread your influence, spread your content on fucking the H3 Reddit. Come on now. I tell my IRL friend about online stuff, I give them brain burns and send them down the rabbit holes. That's based. That's actually based. Bible ASMR is a real genre. I made you two look it up. Oh.
I have a secret YouTube account that, well, it's not a secret YouTube, it's my personal YouTube account. Right? Most YouTubers have alt accounts that they sneak around on.
Yeah.
And
self-promote in the
Sneak
third
around
person.
on?
I mean, I don't know. You were posting the H3. What was he posting on
He
there?
was on the H3 subreddit, like promoting himself in the third person. Like,
Yeah.
Bobby's doing this, Bobby's doing that, as if he was like.
But you don't talk about yourself in the third person? That's weird. And promote yourself? Crazy.
Like a couple
something.
times to boost engagement on Reddit.
I just wanted to boost engagement and talk shit. I love how he's just acting like that's the most normal thing in the world.
Everyone's
Like,
done that from time to
I don't
time.
think people pretend that there's someone else. They just posted themselves.
Right.
They just like like as Bowblax, you just post your own video.
Why does it matter which one I do it as?
It's just a strange thing.
It's just kind of
just, like,
weird.
kinda
I mean, I
weird.
don't know.
Okay, there
It's
you
like
go.
a weird thing, and also that you were
I don't
talking
know, I
shit about
promote my video
commentary and
on
Turkey
Reddit.
Tom before the fallout happened. Like you're posting like Bobby was always right about commentary in like July of 2024.
Like in third person, you're just like
Right.
posting yourself up there.
Oh yeah, I was pissed off at how Tom was reacting to the non-binary tweet.
Yeah.
How much he was reacting? It was 2 comments, dude. It was just 2 How much do I have to donate for you to whisper? Listen to ASMR whispering the chapter of Luke. I'm planning my revenge. Not the ASMR whisper. The chapter of Luke. I don't want to listen. I go up in flames if I hear Bible verses whispered at me.
To you about that, Connor. I rented to Nick.
I know.
about
Well,
it,
that's
and
more
yeah,
normal. It's a little bit strange to talk.
Yeah, that's
as if you're a
definitely
third
weird. Yeah,
person.
I was manic. Yeah, you
I was
definitely
manic, guys. For how long have you been manic, bro?
do weird things when you're
Well,
manic.
this was more
so-
than just you were self-promoting as the.
Listen, I was manic and I started self-promoting myself on alt accounts. It's what you do when you're manic. That's a weird manic episode, bro.
third person. This whole
Okay,
concept,
the
this whole
self-promote.
account.
I don't
Well, no,
really.
the whole
I
account was
see
like a
those as
different
kinda
person to
like
you.
a bit of a world apart, right?
The whole
Promoting
account
one
was
of
a
your
different person to
videos
you.
versus the
In your
whole
mind,
account.
when you were logged in as Stone Dagger, in your mind you were a different person. Whether it was self-promoting,
And also someone who turned manic, that's the end. They didn't start self-promoting on alt accounts, it's crazy.
or whether it was shitty talking
No.
on commentary, you were acting as if you were a different person promoting Bobby every time you did something,
Sure.
which is strange.
Sure.
Yeah, like a 3 video. Yeah, I promoted on a video on Reddit. I don't see that as an.
Oh, then now you're downplaying it. Now you're downplaying it, Bobby. You really tried to what's the word for it? Astro surf? Astro surf? Is that the word? Astro surf? What was the word? God damn it. Why do words escape me sometimes? You know what I mean. Himself on H3 and get into their good grace and get them to cover him. AstroTurf, thank you. Thanks, Rebecca. AstroTurf, yes, that's the word. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what he tried on H3, on the H3 subreddit, okay? And now he starts asking, oh no, I just did some advertisement, you know? Like 3 videos of mine. And also started arguing, like, oh, I think they're really mean to Bowblax.
Okay.
I mean, that's a great way to completely minimize what I'm saying. But I'm saying it's a weird thing. People look at it and they say, this is strange. And this is
Yeah,
delusional.
okay.
And you look a
Then-
bit crazy.
Okay, maybe it is weird. Jesus, why are you making such a big deal out of it? Jesus.
Okay.
All right, can we talk
Wait,
about?
there's no disagreement here. You're just saying it's nuts.
You argued about it the whole time, Bowblax.
Yeah, he
Fucking
used those accounts in
promote
desperation to
yourself,
beg
and
for.
I'm not saying it
Yeah,
isn't.
you begged
like,
for
here's-
Ethan's
there's
audience like
no-
support. Yeah, I mean, all
Here's
that's
something
weird.
here's something I want to ask.
Okay, like wow, it would have only like probably only gained like 50 more views or like whatever amount of views. It's like barely anything.
We're not talking about the quantity
how
of how
it-
much. We're not talking about the
traffic works
quantity of
on-
how much you get. We're talking about the action.
Okay, then you can think it's weird.
Okay.
Oh, now he's just like, then you can think it's weird. Gee. Let's agree to disagree.
Here's something I want to ask about. This is in relation to Connor. You said in this Gokanara video that a lot of the shit that you got from me and Nick almost everything comes from Connor because Connor became your editor You guys became really
Yep.
close. You started talking every day.
Yeah, that's what he said. Pretty much everything that leaked must have come from Connor.
And allegedly, according to you, Connor was sending a lot of dirt or whatever to us to get us to turn on you so that
You're allowed to think it's weird by the grace of Bobby. He's so generous.
we would take you
No,
out.
I
And
never said that. Whoa.
What do you mean you never said that? You said that, literally. Just listen to it.
This is fanfic. You're like.
Well, I'm gonna
What
say
is this fanfic you're making up? This is your own words, bro.
you
Says
were
and then you
saying
turn
on the
into
Gokanara
fanfic
video, you
mode.
basically the argument is that Connor convinced us, me and Nick, to hate you because he became close to
I
you.
Never said that.
I mean, we just
Never ever would I say something like that. Never ever.
listened to you basically say that on the Gokanara video. You said all of the
Didn't I just say that any reason that like you or Nick might dislike me in that moment? which
one
was
in
a month
chat if we
ago or
just heard
so,
Bowblax say that in the Gokanara video.
Playing the chat card. Hell yeah.
You just interrupted me. I was just saying.
You just interrupted me. I love that Bowblax is like, he's really pissy about it when people interrupt him, but also he interrupts people all the time and just screams over them.
What I said. You can watch it. We can rewatch it. and then-
Yeah,
We can rewatch it while I think about the right thing to explain this away.
literally heard you.
Because you clearly misinterpreted what I meant or what I said.
Oh, of course, you misinterpreted me. You took me out of context.
Let me pull
You're
up the
like
Gokanara.
recapping it in a way that doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, you
and then
said
I was
Well,
like-
maybe you should start making sense then.
something.
Explain it, and then
He said you were
interrupted
close.
me.
He said like you're. I was closest
And then I wanted to explain it and you interrupted me.
to Connor, who he said something about that.
Yeah,
afterwards.
okay, hold on. Let's
I
just pull it up.
said, I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines of, I'm closest to Connor, so whatever, like, info that Nick or Augie might have about me to hate me that doesn't come from me directly probably comes from him.
Okay, well, that's what I'm
probably came
getting
from him.
at.
Yeah,
That's what I'm-
that's... He's so stupid. He's so stupid. That's literally what they just said. God, he's so stupid.
getting at.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the moment 2 months ago, not, like, last year.
What? What?
I'm talking about, like, the reason why they
Well,
might
give me an
dislike me in
example,
that
like,
moment.
Let's be more
Like,
specific.
that's just like how I was talking with the non-binary stuff.
All right, let's play let's play your words directly. You said, let me
Alright.
find when you said Connor.
Oh, closest with was Connor.
Okay, let's listen to this right now.
Here,
Right.
which included
Don't you hate it when they have your own timestamps?
not talking with me. I was actually closest with his friend Connor. And
For sure.
then Nick. Okay, now I hear.
Am I stoned or does that not make sense? No. I think this is what they call debate rape. You know, when they just continue to talk in circles and circles and circles until you're like, fine. You know, it's like a man being really clingy in a bar. And then he's like, hey, wanna do it? And you're like, no, I don't feel like it. Hey, are you sure you don't wanna do it? No, not feeling it today. Are you sure you don't wanna do it? Yeah. And then you're like, fine, goddammit. You know, it do be like that.
But
Wait, Augie's friend Connor? Is that the guy who hosts?
yeah, Augie's friend Connor.
That's the
yeah.
guy who hosts with
he
Augie
was
now?
my editor.
Go back,
We
I
were
didn't hear
talking
the
like every
beginning.
day.
Go back? Okay, we'll restart it.
Hear the beginning.
All right.
I don't know.
Because you tell me, but like, who did you think you were like the closest friends with in that group? Like,
Why are people always eating? Oh, third time Mr. Charmed you? Listen. Many such cases.
At the end, definitely Nick, because Augie was AFK for the internet for a year,
right.
which included not talking with me. I was actually
By the way, this is bullshit. Just to
Hungry. Eat before stream then.
be clear, I talked to you as much as I talk to pretty much anyone else. I mean,
If you use debate language, I think it's an argument ad infinitum. 2 cases on Thursday. Listen, many such cases.
I did talk to Nick Diorio the most.
I'm currently eating, but you're not munching into microphone, so congratulations, web user.
Right? But I mean, I had like one conversation with Tom. I hit you up a few times. So I don't know why you.
Yeah, so it was the same with everyone. Well, yeah, that's what you did. You just.
Well, you
The Bowblax is literally like, he's acting like a girlfriend that's been left on red. Like, I missed you so much and you didn't talk to me.
Make it imply that like after I left the internet, like I specifically stopped talking with you because I just.
I don't know if it was. I didn't know if it was specifically me or anyone.
Well, I mean that's
else.
the implication of what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know if it was specifically me, but you know, I felt lonely without you.
That's a Nick. You said it's a Nick and DMs during a breakdown.
Yeah, you also said you complained to Nick that I basically blew you off after I left.
Yeah, I did.
Listen, he was lonely. He was lonely without Augie.
It was only to me. I don't know if it was to everybody.
Well, I mean,
that's
a shitty thing to assume. Why would you assume that about me?
And then spread it publicly.
Yeah.
What?
You had an issue.
I'm just saying what happened.
Well,
I just said what happened, and that was that you left me alone. I was so lonely. Augie, do you not know what it's like to be lonely?
Come on, dude. I'm not a fucking retard.
Well,
I'm not fucking 3 years old.
How do I know that you're doing it to everyone or just me? That's irrelevant.
Well, that's the point,
right? Yeah, you could have done that easily by asking him maybe, or try to talk to him, instead of immediately going to everyone. I can't believe Augie left me. I'm so lonely.
You don't know that, right? But you assume that I'm specifically blowing you off. And
I never said that, though. You're making that assumption.
You said that to Nick.
I never said that.
He said that, though. He did say that.
I said that to DM and Nick to DMs.
Dude, I'm not fucking 3 years old. Okay, like
you said that to Nick to DMs.
You literally just what's the point of even bringing it up then? If I'm doing this to everybody else, then it's not a fucking problem. So why are you bringing it up?
I didn't know you were doing it to everyone else. I
didn't know that you were doing it to everyone else, okay? Jesus. I just assumed. And then I told it to everyone.
Out just now. What?
Okay, then why did you bring it up? What was the point of bringing it up then?
Because I felt like you were only doing it to me.
Yes,
exactly.
Which is shitty. That's the point.
I was talking about my feelings. Don't you ever have feelings? Le gasp, lonely. If you're lonely, get some friends. No, but Augie was his best friend and he left him. It was quite tragic. Quite tragic.
That's what I'm getting at. That's
How would I know, though? What?
Well, you don't know.
So you act shitty to everyone, and then one person reacts, and you're like, "Well, I'm shitty to everyone."
Well, now you're saying he's shitty because he didn't talk as much to you as before.
So it doesn't matter.
That's not what I'm saying, you fucking idiot. I'm not saying I was shitty to everybody. I was just saying, like, when I bounced from the fucking internet, I didn't talk to very many people. Okay.
But you still talk to Bowblax also.
Okay.
Yeah, but I still talk to you just as much as I talk to other people, right? But you mentioning that implies that you have a problem with it. I mean, this is just basic one-to-one.
Yeah, he was literally in Lick's DMs like, oh, you fucking left, and it's not fun anymore. If you used to be on stream so much.
Human interaction.
I did have a problem with it.
Well, then why didn't you confront me?
I did have a problem with you leaving me. God, he sounds like a bitter ex.
Instead of talking shit about and assuming that I'm being shitty to you.
Because you literally left the internet and were AFK to everything.
But you have my phone number. You could text me.
Oh, he literally has his phone number. I didn't text him even. If you were so lonely and missed him so much, why didn't you text or call him? No, instead I go to everyone and complain how lonely I am.
I asked you. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Bro, friendship is a two-way street. You had my phone number. You could have texted me. If you felt like I was blowing you off or ignoring you, you could have been like, hey, like, I feel like we're not that close anymore.
You start hating me and stuff.
You started to hate me. Bro. I've had exes less tragic than this.
Yeah, that amplifies.
This is like
back.
This is like way
in the moment,
before
it
all
doesn't
that.
matter that much, but looking back, I'm like, wow. I guess you really didn't give a shit.
Wow, I guess he didn't give a shit. Bro, why would he text you and you don't even text or call him? Like, come on now, if you were that, wouldn't you be worried after some time? Like, hey, what's going on? Da, da, da. Instead of just being like, I can't believe he left me.
Yeah, so you feel that
looking back.
But you just said it right now, implying that this is something you've always felt, right? You've always felt like I didn't give a shit about you, right? And I'm saying, first of all, that wasn't true.
Well,
but second of all, if you felt that way, why didn't you talk to me about it?
Looking back on it now, not in the.
Well, looking back on it now, I can kind of see your point, but back then, I was so lonely. Don't you get it?
Oh man.
So based
saying,
on how I've treated you now, you think I always...
That's the conclusion I came to. Yeah.
Well, you hate me now. That means you actually always hated me. Listen, if one of you was mean to me in the future, I will immediately assume you hated me forever. You just acted nice.
It's interesting, right? So you think based off of how I've covered you now, like I never gave a shit about you this whole time?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
And why did you say it to Nick in July 2024?
Yeah, that's how I feel. You don't even admit it. This is such a psychotic logic. Like, yeah, you hate me now. That means you never liked me. Actually, I never fucking cared about me.
I'm having that interview in, what was it, like March 2025.
I know, but you said the same thing.
You're asking why am I...
Yeah, it's not that long ago. Dude, don't worry. I'll hate you right now so you have something to complain about. Thank you, Abuser. I will always complain.
Feelings aren't the same. A lot of things changed between July 2024 and March 2025.
No, I'm saying this didn't change.
Then why are you pretty much saying the same? It doesn't make sense, Bowblax. You're saying pretty much the same here in this interview as you said to fucking Nick in your schizo DMs. No, that doesn't make sense.
Different things and different people change.
No,
you
no,
can't just fucking compare one thing
Guy, people change. People change in a few months.
to another and be like, oh, you're hypocritical.
I'm saying
like,
these are the same things. I'm saying your feelings didn't change from July 2024 when you said the same exact thing to Bowblax, and today when you're saying now that I reflect on it, I feel this way. Didn't change from July 2024.
Go to sleep now. I have stuff to tomorrow. It was fun. Have a good night, Wayne.
I say in July 2024.
You said the same thing that you told Gokanara, which is that you feel like I was shitty to you because I was ignoring you when I left the internet.
You said that to Nick in July 2024.
Then I felt that way in July 2024 as well.
That makes this whole argument about how people change invalid. Bruh. I can't. Then what did he argue then? I don't get it.
Okay, well then, we've established that.
I don't remember that time. I was manic.
My point is,
I don't remember that time. I was manic, bro. I was fucking nutto.
If you felt that way, why didn't you confront me about it, you know? And also, you didn't message me.
Because
you know what I mean?
It's not like from the fucking internet.
What do you mean?
Did you know that if a friend leaves the internet, you can never contact them if you have their phone number? Listen, if someone leaves the internet, it's pretty much like they're dead, if you think about it.
I did try to message
I died? You think I was in like a fucking stasis? You think I was in a fucking...
I thought he was about to say you abandoned me. You abandoned me. Okay, I literally thought he was about to say that.
But do you think I was in a fucking...
You don't answer. What do you mean?
In a cryo chamber, just like freezing to death?
I DM you and you don't answer. Yeah, that's what you have the phone number for. Brother.
Couldn't just call me? You think like when I left the internet, I was just gone
from
the world?
To call you?
Yes, if you have a...
I have to call you? Yeah, if you can't reach them over internet like Discord or fucking Twitter or whatever you DM'd them on, you send them, I don't know, do people still send SMS nowadays? Give him a call. Like, bro, it's not that hard. What's the damage that could happen when you call him? Do you think he ever asked Augie how he was, if he was doing well off the internet? If he was coming back, if he needed help? I don't think so. I'll be honest, I don't think he ever did that. No, I don't think he did. I'll be honest. Like, if I had an internet friend for years, and okay, I think they were a bit more than internet friends because they also met in real life, so you could also say they were actually friends, you know, and then suddenly they completely retreat from the internet and I don't hear anything from them. I would get worried. I would call them and be like, hey, everything alright? You've been offline? Do you need a break? Do you plan to come back? Yeah, like I said, just asking, hey, what's going on? You know, if you have their phone number. Just because I would be worried, like, you know, might always something happen. Or if it was quite unexpected, yeah.
That's what friends do. If you have a fucking problem with somebody, hit them up and be like, hey, I have an issue with you. Why aren't you talking to me? Blah, blah, blah. Let's talk it out. Are we close? I feel like we're not that close anymore. But instead of doing...
Are we close? What are we? Do we want to talk about your feelings?
Doing that, you fucking talk shit about me to fucking Nick and say that I'm being shitty to you. And I'm now telling you that that was a shitty thing to do, right?
Yeah,
You're making
I
assumptions
agree.
about me.
Manic.
Triumphant usually go a year or two without contact. Yeah, but also it's been like almost 2 years since Augie was gone, so pretty close to it. But also you're not screeching about how they abandoned you. How they ignored you.
I was saying a bunch of things that I would have done.
I was manic, and then you become a crazy ex.
This isn't just a manic thought, though. This is a thought you genuinely had.
Today you have.
Yeah, okay.
And today
when
you
you're
have.
manic, the genuine thoughts, they amplify and you do crazy things based on small things that normally you wouldn't take action on immediately.
I had the Sonic Mania, bro. You do crazy shit when you have Sonic Mania.
Otherwise.
But this is a thought you had since I left. I mean, let's just be honest, right? Like you.
Yeah, so he had Mania for 2 years and you know, constantly.
Like, oh, Augie's gone and he's not talking to me.
But
Yes.
Yeah, it was a little weird that you left, like, jumped off the face of the earth and left, but like, it wasn't like that much of a bother until like you know.
It wasn't that much of a bother. Then why are you acting like that? Like, no problem, but you know, I was fucking manic about it, bro.
Manic, and it gets amplified, and I over-exaggerate things and stuff, and then I care too much, and now I'm trying to like explain things.
I love the dishonest. Interesting. Interesting.
Things like that, you know. I was manic in the moment, so yeah, it's gonna seem it was too extreme.
I've been manic for 2 years, bro.
It was over the top, and I was shitty to you, and I was shitty to Nick and stuff, and I've apologized in private and public the best I can.
Yeah, then you did it again on this fucking interview.
So.
What did you apologize for? I mean, you apologized to Nick for the conversation.
Yeah, he gave them like a weak general apology without really saying what he apologizes for, you know.
Whatever.
Because again, he still doesn't understand why people are angry at him.
I don't think you've ever apologized to me for anything. I'm asking for it. I don't really give a fuck about apologies, but I'm, you know, just to make
just curious.
But anyway, look, that wasn't the point of playing this clip.
I'm pretty sure I didn't tweet out a public apology mentioning you, but
mentioning me? Okay, well maybe I missed that one.
I apologize to you. You know, I mentioned you publicly. I'm sorry you got mad at me, Bobby. Yeah. Sounds like he's still manic. Listen, comes and goes for Bobby whenever it's convenient.
I'll have to double check that, but just I'm not asking for a fucking apology. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Apologize.
Regardless, I apologized and you have to accept it. So can we be friends now again?
Now you know. So
okay.
You know I'm regretful of that entire.
You know I'm so regretful. I'm so regretful. I brought it up in March again.
Time period, which I'll claim from like July to let's just say like October, I guess.
Yeah, but then why are you still mad about it in March?
Yeah.
It's probably a decent time frame for all that. So.
Well, listen, this wasn't
mentally so.
This wasn't the main reason why I wanted to play this part of the fucking interview. I want to hear what you say about Connor, but I wanted to fucking address that because I've heard you say that multiple times that I blew you off or something like that, and I mean that's just not true. So
yeah, and again, Mania is a severely elevated and excitable mood. He's not maning, he's depressive. But at this point, DPD would almost make more sense than Mania, but we don't claim him. The VBPD girlies do not claim him.
Anyway, let's keep playing this.
Because I blew everybody off.
Oh,
Right?
I mean,
You're talking to
everyone
to me all the time.
You blew everyone off. I thought you weren't mad about it.
Extent, but it's like I talk to you as much as I talk to anyone else on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the time, I did.
How many times? Like,
wait,
didn't we check? Did Bowblax ever reach out to you once when you were gone? I think
No.
we looked. Bowblax-
Bowblax is fucking mad that Augie didn't talk to him. And he never really reached out to him. That's great. Well, I know I didn't reach out to you, but why don't you talk to me? You know, I want to be pursued.
never messaged you
Did you?
first. First. I
Yeah.
don't think ever.
First.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
When?
think so.
On Twitter.
that didn't sound very convenient.
Oh, on
Discord and
Twitter?
Twitter and Discord, yeah.
You DM'd me on Twitter? I feel like that's
Yeah.
not.
Why would you DM someone who hasn't been online from your perspective for almost 2 years on fucking Twitter when you have their phone number? I get trying to reaching out on multiple, you know, platforms, but if you have their fucking phone number, just try the phone, bro. What is someone more likely to check, their Twitter or the phone? Let's be real here.
I mean, I pretty much logged off of
Just
Twitter.
to let you, it wasn't about like you being gone or whatever. It was just like, yo, what's up, dude? And stuff like that.
I don't remember.
It's just
getting
like, yo, what's up, dude? Not me being worried or asking you what you're doing.
a DM like that. I gotta be
Well,
honest
you
with you.
probably just weren't on Twitter that much.
I
That's
can't
that.
check. I mean, I
You probably just went on Twitter that much.
can't check because we have
Weren't
each
you,
other.
like,
We have each other
it makes
blocked.
sense. It makes sense. You're saying
Nick
like
in
you
the
were
chat.
ignoring a lot of people and everyone. You blew up. a lot
Don't
of
listen to him,
people, right?
Josh. Augie
So-
never stopped calling me ever, says Nick in the chat.
Shut the fuck.
Nick the shitter.
Sorry,
up.
man. I guess it's over for you.
Shut the fuck up.
Augie's
You're
All right.
blowing
exposed.
everyone up.
Augie's
It's fine.
exposed.
So you're
Dude.
gone, you know, I don't respond to people. I blow people off all the time too.
Oh, now he's playing the. Oh, it's fine, dude. I blow people off all the time too, you know? It's totally fine. I do that too. No, don't be like that. Let me just get a bomb.
And
All
don't
right.
respond right away and then come back to it a bit later or, you know, what have you. It's just, you know.
It's just, you know. If you DM me, what's up, dude? Like a dry bitch on Tinder while I'm offline for a year, I'm blocking your ass. Then I know what I'm gonna do. I'm not eating, I'm just putting a bomb in my mouth, okay?
Not that big of a deal.
Let's play what you said about Connor, and then I want to dissect that because I'm curious about that.
Tell me, but like, who did you think
I
you
need
were,
my throat bombs, okay?
like the closest friends with in that group? Like,
Toward the end, definitely Nick, because Augie was AFK for the internet for a year,
right?
which included not talking with me. I was actually closest with his friend Connor, and
I see.
then Nick.
Is it dark chocolate? No, it's herbal. No, it's fuck, sage. It's a sage bomb.
Wait, pause. Dude,
Wait,
I can't believe we had that entire conversation just based on me saying that. Like that.
Is he retarded? Wait, bonbon not shot like that? No, it's hard candy.
Little thing. Like,
What do you
guys
mean it's a
hone in
little
on these little
thing?
things I say and like blow it up. Like, so
It's been something
it
you've been
was
repeating
it was
a lot.
horrible. Augie's such a victim, and it was so horrible
It's been
that
a
I
thing you've been
applied.
What the fuck is he talking about? He was playing the victim because Augie didn't talk to him.
For years,
that he was
dumbass.
the only person to like
You've been saying this for
allegedly
years.
blow me off or whatever.
You've literally
But
been
in
saying
that
this
clip, I
over
was
a
just
year.
like, oh, he didn't mention
Straight.
mention
I'm
me that
sorry,
much.
dude, but when somebody
had-
says bullshit about me for a year, I have to
You
correct
said this
it.
for a year straight. You had a
It's a chocolate ball usually? Nah, wait. Let me show you. Let me show you. Bomb. It's like these thingies. No. And we have a lot of herbal things that are for the throat, like with sage and honey. We rarely have like chocolate in hard candy form. What the fuck is that?
Meltdown. You had a meltdown about Among Us over this.
Oh yeah, he also threw a hissy fit over fucking Among Us because Nick didn't want to play Among Us with him.
That little thing. You're indicting my character by saying that I didn't give a shit about you. You're making an argument that like the whole time
you really think people are gonna think that deeply about it based on that little comment?
You've said this for years.
Does everything you say just have no meaning to it? Is that how you avoid responsibility for anything you say?
Can someone please get him offline and a career helper? We want him to work with people. Fucking Among Us! Yeah, that's what old ladies give kids. I'm ending stream. I'm ending the stream. I'm gonna kill myself. God damn it.
I think that's how people came away from that. That's
the obvious thing.
Why are we talking about?
Yeah, that's literally what you're implementing. That Augie just ignored you. You were the poor little Bowblax who just waited for his fan to talk to him.
Wait. The clip doesn't matter. You've made this argument for years, dumbass. We're talking about your overarching argument and feelings you've made in multiple different avenues.
You made the argument based on the...
You've said this to Nick. You said you had a meltdown about Among Us over Discord, about that Xylee was your only friend. You've made this argument.
That's not public, though.
Bowblax. That's behind the scenes. That's not public. Yeah, if you act crazy in private too, that doesn't help. This is all connected. It's not like you are two different persons, the one who's public and the one who's private. How often did people get into shit for things that they do in private that became public? Like, come on now.
You
said
yes, you had Among Us meltdown.
Your character.
That's all part of it.
Me talking
you have made this argument for over a year.
Me talking to Nick is different than me
and
talking
then you're
to live
and then you're
stream.
minimizing this argument.
Yeah, no, he's acting like this is two totally different instances when it just showed. When he talked to Nick in private like almost a year ago, he said the same thing he said on this interview. That just shows how long he held on to the grudge. And that it's not just because he was going Nutto mode at that moment.
Argument that you've made for over a year and that you thought for over a year into one little clip. No, but you're making it as if it's one little clip.
It's not
That's
that
not
big
what
of a
it is.
deal. That's why.
It's something you've said for over a year.
You really think it's that big of a deal? You really think
this is what you do for every argument, though. You minimize everything you do.
That I was publicly
implying
that Augie is a horrible friend to everyone. I was really giving off the impression to everyone that Augie was such a horrible friend while he was
said that to Nick.
You know,
Bro, he's throwing an autism fit. I love this. This is finally some delicious good content. He's acting like, god damn it.
Actually, that was your
come up to me like at VidCon, like really excited, like, "Yo, when's Augie come back?" Like, I don't know, but I hope.
Dude, I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest.
I would never trash talk to you, really.
I would never trash talk to you, really. I just said you ignored me and it made me feel lonely, and you ignored me and I didn't know why, even before I went crazy. So the problem they have is that he went public with this to be like, yeah, Augie ignored me, so I don't know, he always hated me. Instead of at the time talking to Augie. It's really not that hard to understand. Since when is a bad friend such a slur? Saint, you are a bad friend.
I gotta be honest.
And straight on top.
Maybe, the way you're arguing right now, I'm starting to believe you actually are a woman. Like, holy fucking shit.
God damn it.
Don't fucking.
I'm just kidding.
It's just terrible. It's like, terrible.
That wasn't a transphobic joke.
Well, literally, dude, I was like one of your biggest fans behind the scenes. I wasn't like really hardcore shit talking you behind the scenes or anything like that, other than like me giving out a couple grievances to Nick when I'm like, fucking man,
I know you are, Saint. You never call me.
Going crazy. Like, seriously, dude. Like, you really think that I was going around, like, smearing your name and making you seem like a shitty person?
It's not about me being a shitty person. It's about you saying that I basically thought you were shit and I didn't give a fuck about you, right? Which would be shitty.
Which
yeah,
to like Nick.
I mean, that's the argument you're making. You can try to minimize.
I don't know if saying it to Nick like that. I think that's also kind of snaky in its own way because Nick and Augie are also friends. So and then being to one friend being like, hey, or other friend, he's ignoring me, you know, it made me feel lonely. And I don't think he likes me anymore. And it's kind of trying to be like, hey, here. You know, trying to get them to side with him.
It. You can try to minimize it right
You
now.
don't
Like,
vent about
oh,
people,
it was
even
just a
your friends,
little
others.
vent that I made or whatever, right? But that's indicative of my character, is what you're saying. And it's indicative of the way that I treat you as a human being and as a friend, right?
You is that what Nick took from me saying? And I was also manic at the time and going saying a bunch of nano shit, but
Well,
also
Guys, I was manic. But I need a counter for how much time he mentions being manic. Don't you know, Nick was Bobby's priest? He should be able to say anything. So true. Milieu control? Is this milieu control? Pulling a Mama Max here. This is just another example of milieu control. As cited by whatever his name was. Boy, I can't believe Bowblax is doing the milieu control.
you really think like, well, Nick doesn't even think that about you. Nick's like cool with you now.
We're not
so,
talking
like,
about Nick.
why
We're talking about you, bro.
Are you like
Well,
mad?
I don't-
But that's the person
obviously
I
Nick-
told.
but
What
that
are you
doesn't
mad
matter.
about that I did?
It doesn't matter
I
if
told
Nick-
Nick.
It doesn't matter if Nick walked away from that thinking like, wow, Augie's a piece of shit, or if Nick walked away thinking,
Oh, it's the fact that he tried this at all. You know, he's like, listen, I might have trash talked you, but the other person didn't care, so who cares?
of that Bowblax is lying, like Augie's great. That doesn't matter. The point is that this is a feeling that you have, that you've expressed, that is based off of bullshit. You thought that I was blowing you off, and you thought that that means I didn't give a fuck about you, right? And so you're telling Nick about that, right? This is a thought that you've had brewing for fucking years. Obviously,
Brewing
Dr. Lipschitz?
for years. It was
or at least a year,
just
right?
during
Like
your
months at that
hiatus,
point.
yeah.
Obviously,
I was like, dude, he
I'm
isn't
gonna sit
messaging
there and
me,
be
maybe
like-
he doesn't care. It's not that deep, but okay.
well, I mean, is everything you say just meaningless? Like, can I criticize?
No.
This is, you want
No. Quantum! It's milieu control. Listen, that would be a cult I can get behind.
You
Okay,
asked to
continue,
go over the
continue.
personal stuff. We're going over the personal stuff. Do you want to go over personal stuff, or does none of it matter? Why'd you fucking call in if you're just going to say
What?
everything's not that deep? This is a
I
personal thing
didn't
between
say
you and
everything's
Augie.
not that deep. I said
I mean, you pretty much say with every criticism they have so far. You've been like, bro, I can't believe you have a discussion about this. Like, it's not even that bad. I didn't even know they're that bad.
But this is the personal shit. So
Is
let's instead of
this one thing-
blowing it off as not that deep, how about let's actually engage with the conversation?
Okay, I'll
Don't
listen.
say that
Sorry,
again.
Seeing Connor actually getting agitated is something. He's usually like this calm, soft-spoken guy.
I'll listen to what I'll listen. Okay.
Jesus.
Jeez, man.
I mean-
Jeez, man. Whoa! You're going crazy. You're going nutter right now. On me. Poor old Bobby. Jeez whiz.
Shit, you're pissed.
ridiculous.
Goddamn.
Like, what? What's he saying?
Okay.
Jesus.
Jeez, man.
I mean-
Holy shit, you're pissed.
ridiculous.
Goddamn.
Holy shit, man. Goddamn. What are you doing, bro?
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
He's
I'll
done this for
listen to-
every.
Why is he so smug right now? Where does the smugness come from? This is the most unearned smugness I've ever heard in a guy.
I'll let
everything
Augie
ever.
speak.
It's not
Like,
that deep.
sorry for
When he's
interrupting
under-
Augie's explanation. Like,
oh
holy
my
shit.
god, dude, this
my
is.
God.
Oh my
is-
god. Oh, I can explain this fuck because he doesn't understand the thing and thinks he's actually right. Is that it? Is that it?
It's fucking great. All right, listen, I don't care about this fucking point anymore.
Sounded like he's getting off on being talked on, but Connor. Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
But you're saying that it's like,
Apparently.
well, I mean,
Okay,
you
go ahead.
okay? keep in mind, by the way, chat, I moved on from this point and I wanted to talk about what he said about Connor, but then Bowblax re-engaged the conversation.
Yeah, that's also true. He was the one who re-engaged into this. Because Doggy was to be like, okay, let's talk about what you said about Connor, and he was like, oh no, you know about this thing, you know, and then he started the discussion all over again. Where?
Yeah, and he was like, wait,
Yeah.
So there was a rule in early Bloodspot where if you get someone to get mad, you win. If you can make the calm guy get mad, you win the whole fight. So he just feels like he just gotta win. It's even more cringe than my explanation.
Clip again, can we go back? So you're the one that keeps bringing it back. You're like, do you really care about this? Like, okay, well, I mean, I don't care. I don't care about anything, I guess. I don't fucking know. I'm a nihilist
no,
now.
I didn't say do you really care. I said do you really think that I was shit?
Hey, Yan, thank you. 5. This is the ghost of Yen past. You're all gay. XX. So true. It's so true. Also, with the donation from Bowblax and Yen together, you earned another one. Another head pet. So proud of you for staying through this with me. I hope you're having some enjoyment with this. You got all their head pets and smooches.
Talking you to a bunch of people.
Objectively, yes. we're reviewing it right
just
now.
Based on that one conversation with Nick, that's enough.
Objectively,
that's enough.
yes.
Out of all the nice things I've said about you,
It's not like
Listen, I said so many nice things about you. I should be able to have one free pass. Listen, if you're just slimy enough and you're like, oh my god, I love you, then you have earned the free pass to shit talk. Did you know?
it's not like I'm making
everything.
Oh my god. It's not like you're making the
Just like me, but for me, you have to donate to be able to shit talk me. God, what is this logic?
Grievance of Augie being gone and not messaging me once or twice in a DM conversation privately with Nick. That's enough for
It's
Augie
not
to
like-
say fuck Bowblax and fuck all this.
It's
That's
not like
enough. You
Okay.
little pussy. You're
What? What is going on? What is happening?
a weak
Oh
little
my god,
bitch.
you're fucking
really?
You pussy, you weak little bitch. Where's voice squeaking?
It's
That's
not like
enough. You
Okay.
little pussy. You're a weak
Oh
little
my god,
bitch.
you're fucking
really?
retarded.
Now you're
It's not
Holy
you're
shit,
just
really?
totally coping.
That's
It's not like
Bro, how is he the first one to throw insults around here, bro? God, I swear to God.
Bowblax, I'm not making the argument
God.
that you were smearing me as a fucking pedophile to Nick or some shit, or that you were saying the most heinous, horrible shit about me, right? That's not what I'm fucking saying. But objectively, you did have a fucking problem with me. You did have a problem with my character, right? My treatment of you, and you were expressing
No,
that.
you're
Lyrics, just like lyrics,
yes,
by the way. Just
because
like
you
lyrics.
did.
Yes! Yeah, then why didn't you talk to Augie about it? Instead went crying to Nick and then crying in this interview. Look, he's trying to get Augie mad, telling you he's using Bloodspot's debate tactics. He's having this weird mix of the debate rate tactic and the and the Bloodspot's tactic.
Because you were gone from the
Totally
internet for you. I'm
delusional.
like, where's my bro? Like, what?
Yeah, you were gone from the internet, and I was like, "Where's my bro? Where's my bro?" I mean, I have his phone number. I could literally call him at any time, but where's my bro? This is so fucking gay.
Yeah, and I expressed that to Nick in private when I was crazy one time.
Guys, where's my bro?
And you said to a couple other people too. You just said that. If
And
you-
that okay.
What?
When I was crazy one time.
And you said to a couple other people too. You just said that. If you-
And
When I was crazy one time, woo! What the fuck is wrong with him?
that okay. Sorry to minimize your feelings, but that's
You
like.
said
Sorry to minimize your feelings. I'm so sorry for minimizing your feelings always, guys. Sorry you feel that way.
the
That's how
people,
it is,
like you
man.
just said, you also say it on Gokunaro. You repeated this point when you had a meltdown about Among Us.
Yeah,
All
'cause
this is
people
something that
ask
you go
me-
and
Fucking Among Us.
shit about Augie's character, and then you're like,
Well, they didn't really take it away.
It bothered me. I'm saying this. I said it a million times. In all those places, and I'm saying it again here. It bothered me that Augie ignored me and for all that time.
Yes.
He ignored me for all that time. Again, you didn't even really try to contact him.
Yeah.
Yes, it bothered you,
And
it bothered me. It bothers me that you didn't confront me about it. If that was a thing that you genuinely
fair
thought,
enough.
you didn't fucking hit me up or
fair
text
enough.
me.
After all this fighting, after all this arguing, he's now just like, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. You know what? Fine.
You're like, oh, Augie was off the internet or whatever, right? Bullshit. You had my fucking phone number. You could have
Fair
sent
enough.
me a text immediately.
Fair enough.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. There we go.
Okay. Well, are we done?
Fair enough. There you go. Are you happy now? I'm fine. This is fine.
At this
I'm
point?
glad we got that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so glad we got that. It's literally, it reminds me of, do you remember from the old tipster days? Whenever he would get into an argument, he would just pull the, and he couldn't argue anymore, he would just be like, let's just agree to disagree.
Okay, let's hear
That's
what
actually fair. No, I'm like, bullshit. Like, that's fair.
Okay.
You argued for half an hour just to be like, you know what, fair. Fine.
That is fair.
Let's hear what you said about Connor now.
And do you think it's fair that I was upset that...
Oh, now he's pulling the C. I agreed with you on one point. So now you have to agree with me on one point, in the spirit of companionship.
You were like blowing me off and stuff and weren't like around? You think that was, can you concede that too?
I mean, I think you should.
Can you concede to that? Can you concede?
Have called me about it or something if that bothered
100%.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't do that.
But if you
Sorry, I didn't do
okay, all right. Let's hear what you said about Connor.
At the end, definitely Nick, because Augie was AFK for the internet for a year,
Right.
which included not talking with me. I was actually closest with his friend Connor, and
I see.
then Nick.
Also, I think it's kind of crazy that he still, in this interview, was like, oh, Augie's friend Connor, instead of, my editor or anything else but, Augie's friend Connor. Because it was also his friend, and I think Connor has been long around by now. I know for most people he's known as Augie's roommate and Augie's friend. But come on now, he's been personal enough with him for long enough.
But
Wait, Augie's friend Connor? Is that the guy who hosts?
yeah, Augie's friend Connor. Yeah.
That's the guy who hosts with
he
Augie
was
now?
my editor. We were talking like every day for like 6 months. I would tell him everything.
Damn.
Most of these leaks are from but most of I would assume the commentary against me or the things against me kind of originate from probably him saying things to people or what have you.
Damn.
That's just bullshit.
I can't believe Connor did this.
Most of the things are me saying things against you?
What the fuck? And again, this is the dude who always complained that someone, you talked over me. You cut me off.
That's just bullshit. Most of the things are me saying things against you?
Oh.
And I'm specifically talking about. I'm specifically talking about when I say coverage of me online. I'm talking about the coverage of that current time period, March 2025. So anything that, and I also mentioned that I didn't watch any of the videos, about me.
That is such bullshit. Does anyone believe that? That he didn't watch any of the coverage about him? Does anyone really believe that? Because you can't tell me he watched all of it. He always brings up arguments that were mentioned in it. He remembers specific thumbnails or words that were mentioned in the thumbnails. Like, come on.
He's making up bullshit. You don't know what's talking about. You haven't looked at any of the videos. You're just making up bullshit that I'm making.
So I'm saying because oh my god.
Let me speak.
I'm saying because I was talking to you so much during that time or whatever that any behind the scenes oh Bowblax did this or Bowblax did that or whatever.
Yeah, but how would you know what came out about you if you didn't watch it?
probably come from him if they're being talked about in a video.
Most of the commentary coverage is what you say comes from me. So not behind the scenes, commentary coverage.
Listen, Connor is the only true source, in case you didn't know. When it comes to Bobby.
Yeah, if there's any new information.
Mute that motherfucker. Yes. God.
I'm not aware of, it would probably come from you.
I'm working behind the scenes, telling everyone all your personal shit, and that's what most people are talking about.
We were talking.
What the fuck is that on Connor's hair? It's been bothering me this whole time. Is that an egg?
Together for so long, and like you knew about like my thought process with content creation and a bunch of different things. So any new thing that people are like, oh, about Bowblax or whatever, like you. Now that you hate me and you're making videos against me.
Oh, now that you hate me. Everyone hates you, Bowblax. Yes, everyone just hates you out of nowhere.
And shit, you probably would,
say
that to Augie and Nick. That's obvious, right?
Well, no, because we're talking. He asked you a question. Who were you closest with during this time, right? And we're talking about during the time of when the fallout happened, and then you say. And most of the coverage that came from this was from Connor, right? Connor, most of the commentary coverage is from him. But I don't think...
No, I was talking about the current time period at that point.
Any of the commentary coverage...
Well, let's get specific. Is that a weirdly shaped hair clip, do? No, I don't think so, because there's one. It looks like eggshells.
Besides, after the fallout, when
I don't know if that, because there's a wheel and everything, if maybe he had to crack an egg on his hair and had to leave it like that. I don't know.
He made a tweet coming at me. Came from me at all. The lyric stuff had nothing to do with me.
Okay, exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. If that was during March 2025, then that's what I was talking about.
2020.
Yeah, but now he's getting so weirdly specific. Like at first it was just, everything that comes out from me must have been from Connor, and now he's like, yo, I know I meant everything that came out about me during this month. Jeez. How don't you understand that?
25. That would have been like, what, 2 months ago? That was way past.
Yes, everything. That's when the Gokunaru interview is. And that's...
No, but he's asking you about when this fallout happened, who you were closest friends with.
If that's what Gokunaru meant, then I misinterpreted, but obviously...
So what do you think
obviously, but what I meant, what I was talking about was coverage of that current time period, because he was talking about like, how do you feel about the coverage that's being done on you? I was thinking about videos that like were uploaded during that time.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Bro, he still sounds so smug, but he's just lying through his fucking teeth.
That makes no sense.
What? I was getting shit on March.
No, but
I was getting shit on. You don't understand. I got shit the whole time.
Commentary videos were being made on me in March.
You said so even in March, you think I was most of the commentary coverage that people were talking about in March?
No, if there was any like new information that people were talking about in regards to me, it probably came from you talking to like Nick or Augie or whoever, and the information spreading from you as the source because we talked so much behind the scenes.
What were people talking about in March that you're thinking of?
Any like new...
And then you think anything new that comes out would be some old stuff that Connor knew about you? Does that make sense to anyone? Really? Does it make sense? Because either I'm retarded or I really don't get it.
Info that comes out is most likely going to be from you because we talked so much. And you know me like the best out of any of them, right?
So like Stone Dagger you think was from me? That was what we talked about in March, right? Or a couple months ago, a month ago?
I've never...
The house stuff?
Maybe.
Yeah, the mostly new stuff that came out was him and his fake accounts on Reddit, I think. Then that he catfished with another person's pictures. And what else? Yeah, and the foreclosure.
Maybe I was screen sharing and you saw that I had another Reddit account.
No,
or I don't know.
DJ Screwdriver.
I don't know. I don't really think.
So you're just
Stone Dagger.
And
wasn't that from DJ Screwdriver? You looked into that one.
You're just making a bullshit and spreading that I'm snaking you about.
No, I didn't make a bull. I said if any, because we were close, it stands to assume that any content You what? How do you not understand what I was saying in that interview?
It stands to assume.
I feel like he confused himself. Makes no sense. I sent this to my office, just this part. I asked 15 people in this line of work to explain to me what Bowblax meant, and 3 sent back, is this some kind of special people debate? They are so based for that. Right, he catfished with someone who could pull off black clothing. Yeah. Black is, once again, the thing that triggers me most is that black really is not Bowblax's color, and he only wore black things, you know? I would recommend him spring green.
You can't assume that. If you don't know anything about that, you can't just be like, well, someone
But
who
he's
else is
asking
probably...
me, and I don't know, so I'm saying I don't know, but
No.
probably.
He asked you who you're closest with, and then you decide to add this
I'm screaming the loudest, so I'm right.
random caveat. And Connor was the one who snaked me all.
Are you telling me you're not watching retard debates for fun, Saint? Saint? Don't lie.
All the time, by the way. That's what you're adding. As a random caveat. He didn't ask you, who do you think snaked you the most?
Yeah, he was saying that. That's like the whole impetus of this interview.
No, he said, who are you closest to? And you said,
I'm adding
yeah,
on
Nick,
to
but
another.
then probably Connor, and he's the one who did most of the coverage.
I was closest to Connor, so he definitely snaked me.
And fucked me over the most. And that's just bullshit. You have no evidence for that. You have
Yes, but Bowblax is retard enough for all 3 of them.
no proof of that. You can't even...
In that case, do I recommend Bowblax trying a self-hugging jacket? He would love it.
don't even
That's
know, like,
not what I was
covered.
claiming. You're arguing a straw man. I'm
It's not
trying
a
to.
Oh my god, now he's bringing out, oh god, he really is a debate rapist. Oh no. He really is using the debate rapist tactics. That's not what I'm saying, you're arguing a straw man. No, I think he's getting it pretty much on point of what you're implying here. I think Bowblax is really the kind of person who's like, yeah, I didn't directly say that. I didn't say that you snaked me. Because he doesn't understand that people can notice what he's implying. Did you ever watch old RFC? Yes, when Augie was still in the closet.
Explain to you what I was claiming.
And got really excited when Tipster called in. Good old times.
Like, you're so hung up on this, what you thought I was saying, that, like, you can't even accept that that's what I meant.
You're saying commentary coverage. I'm going off your exact words verbatim.
Commentary coverage, yes. Of March 2025. That's when the interview happened.
You know, that doesn't even make sense. You're hyper focused on this month. That, first of all, that month has nothing to do with anything I've...
Oh yeah, they are all debate rapers. Of course, they were all debate rapers, but they were really into debates back then. But also, pretty much all of them have moved on from that and became cringe. Just Bowblax still thinks, apparently. You know what? Now's the time. Augie came out of the closet. Yeah, now he has an entire little room.
That's when the interview happened, and that's why I'm...
Ow! Was he punching his desk? Just no, wait.
First of all, that month has nothing to do with anything I've...
That's when the interview happened, and that's why I'm responding to it. How can he not get this...
Stop screaming, dude. This is why people think you're fucking loco.
Commentary coverage,
yes. He does. He's like...
Of March 2025. That's...
Guys, why don't you get my point? It was commentary March 2025.
When the interview happened.
You know, that doesn't even make sense. You're hyper focused on this month. That, first of all, that month has nothing to do with anything I've...
That's when the interview happened, and that's why I'm...
Jesus.
Responding to it. How can you not get this through your dense skull?
Yeah, the autism rage is real.
I'm talking about commentary coverage made on me in March 2025 in an interview in March 2025 because he's asking me about commentary coverage of me during the current date of March 2025.
He's asking you who you were closest with.
That's what I was saying.
He's asking you who you were closest with.
And if you don't understand that, you're a dumbass.
He's asking
if you don't get it, you're a dumbass. Also, we've been after that for like 3 hours now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For more pain and more cringe.
You're gonna engage based
on
who
are you closest
the
with,
truth
Connor?
And not based on this assumption
hey,
that I was saying something else.
Why is it I was closest with Connor, and so that means most of the commentary coverage? You're answering a question from 8 months ago when we were close, and then adding on the snake bit. But somehow that's about March, not actually from 8 months ago.
I'm not answering
No! God. How does he not understand what Connor means? How? It's just exhausting to just listen to it. Imagine having to argue with this person.
He's saying who was I closest with. I say you.
Yes, 8 months ago.
And then I say about how it.
That's not March. We've transitioned to March out of nowhere. In your brain.
Ow! What the f- Ow! My fucking eardrum. Dude, if I subscribe again, you'll lose a subscriber. Oh no. The gold on this creature callings anyone else dance, yeah. Especially while he doesn't get the whole point. Like I said, I really think he doesn't understand what implications are. You know, what it implicates when he brings up these 2 points directly after each other. And also with the other topics. He seems like not to understand that people can read implications.
Any information that's new. Shut the fuck up for a second.
Shut the fuck up. Mute it, motherfucker.
Information that is new. Any information that is new. Right? Any information that is new that comes out in a video uploaded.
Right? Any information that is new. Any information that is new.
2025 possibly came from you finding out 8 months ago.
You really think screaming louder will help, like those tourists that yell loudly to make someone understand? Yeah, it really does.
Information's 8 months old, but it comes out in March 2025. So you understand now?
So from the time period, of.
Honey, you can't call anyone retarded. Okay, no. You got that right revoked to call anyone else retarded. Honey, no. Brother.
September to March.
Dude,
none of that personal information.
How do you literally not?
None of that stuff would have mattered. That had nothing to do with me. Let's just clarify.
I'm just arguing.
Watch the whole interview again. Watch it again.
To clarify to you what I meant, and you're just arguing against it. What's the fucking
I'm gonna go off your
point.
So September to March. You're saying that you're not making an allegation that I would have snaked you at any time from like what, September to March. Only after March 2025, then I would have been revealing new information about you.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the logic.
After our falling out, yeah.
So March 2025. So
March
months
2025
after.
is post that, yeah.
So September to March.
That, yeah.
All the whole Manchi stuff, the whole lyric stuff, the whole like lying about BPD, all that stuff had the whole Nick meltdown. None of that had anything to do with me, even though you said that I had covered. I
never said it had anything to do with you.
Okay, so
you said anything that came out about you would have been from Connor. Once again, please start crying. Quantum, no.
Where did I say it had something to do with you?
Where did I say that? Show me a timestamp.
You said that I was responsible for the majority of the commentary coverage. That's what you said. But now you're clarifying it had nothing to do with me at all. Okay. Well, I don't know what you're even saying in that. I don't know why if you're what that sentence even means.
Dude, you're pretending. There's no way.
No, but wait, I'm sorry. At this point, I hope you're pretending. Otherwise, you really have to get your brain checked. I think there's something very bad going on in there. Might be a tumor.
Pretending what?
You're bullshitting.
We just watched the clip. We just watched the clip.
You don't understand it. Yeah, we did.
So you're retracting what you said. You're saying that you randomly added an impetus. You randomly added a caveat to your argument that actually it's only after March 2025, and
no, I never said that. I was only after March 2025. I already explained it to you.
You just said that it was.
I can't, bro. I can't.
Any information that you would, dude.
Yeah, play it again. Go back and play.
Did his brain break?
Like 10 seconds to play the clip again.
All right, let's play it again.
How else
like 15 seconds.
That's the guy who hosts with Augie now.
He was my editor. We were talking like every day for like 6 months. I tell him everything.
Damn, immediately corrected, Saint L.
Back when we were close.
These leaks are
half of these leaks
from like, but most of I would assume the commentary against me or the
most of the commentary
things
against me
kind of originate
from Connor.
Exactly. Yes.
What?
What the fuck are you saying?
Any information coming
Holy
out in
shit, man.
Shut the fuck. Any conversation. Information. Any information. Wait, what? Wait.
Am I?
Did he just break? Did he just break? Wait, did... Oh, that was some real life flagging.
Information. Any information. Wait, what? Wait.
Am I? Is this
sorry.
what is this level of gaslight?
What just happened there? Wait, what just happened there? That was some...
Any conversation, information, any information. Wait, what? Wait.
Am I? Is this
sorry.
What is this level of gaslighting?
Wait, sorry. I accidentally played the stream and people are I thought people were talking over me. I got
I just played the stream and I thought people were... I just played the stream and I thought people were interrupting me. Bro, how can you call anyone else retarded? He interrupted himself by playing the fucking stream and thought people weren't listening to him. Brother. My brother in Christ.
I don't know how that came out.
What the fuck am I witnessing?
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
I was saying. Okay.
Oh god, I blank out sometimes in the middle of a sentence, but this is something entirely different, yeah? Tell me again how dense Connor is. Tell me again how retarded he is. Jesus.
Let's do the step by step and tell me if you follow, okay?
Oh, okay, let's do it step by step, Bobby. You can do it.
Okay.
When we were friends, in the 6-month period or whatever, right?
Yep.
There's information.
Can we get him some grippy socks? No, I want the grippy socks. I need a new pair.
You found out about me, or just general knowledge you know of me. You know Bowblax, you know me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he talking about himself in third person? Hey, you know Bowblax?
And once we had a falling out, which was, you know, past all of the Nick stuff, past all of the...
You don't know what grippy socks are, Jacob? Grippy socks are like socks with these little wobbly things on the bottom so you don't slide on the floor.
You know, whatever stuff. It's like when we publicly had our feuds, we're talking about, right? After that point, it would be natural to assume that the information you gathered from that time period with me, you would give...
Hell yeah, Quantum, that's why you're my bestie. I don't wear socks, only barefoot. Listen. Not everyone wears clothes.
Give some insight to Nick and Augie or whoever.
They give them to mental patient. Also, they exist in very fluffy versions you can wear in winter, and if you have floors that are on carpet, okay? They are not just for mental patients. Listen, I'm my own mental patient at home though, so maybe bad argument.
Ever for their coverage on me based on how you know me. So you would be given advice on like, oh, Bowblax did this, or he would do that, or whatever. Potentially, right?
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a complete retconning what you said, but whatever. If that's
I was about to say, that's completely different from what he said this entire time.
What you meant, then there's nothing else I can say. If that's what you're saying, you meant. It's completely not what you said at all in any way, shape, or form, but whatever. There's no more point in arguing over it.
When I listened to the clip, that's exactly
what I meant when I listened to this clip. I can't believe you're not reading my thoughts. You don't read my thoughts the way I want you to.
No more point in arguing over it. We obviously will just disagree on that.
Well, he literally got debate raped into the ground where he's now like, you know what, fuck it, I don't even care anymore.
You meant, but
okay. Is that resolved?
Right. I guess so, yeah. I mean, there's nothing else I can say about that.
Now, Diorio wants to ask you, call in and ask you some stuff.
Dude, I'm honestly... how long have we been talking?
Hey, Diorio wants to call in and ask you something. How long have we been going? Oh gee, I think I have to go. You know, how long has it been going? I'm so tired. I'm so sleepy. I'm eepy.
It'll be quick.
No, dude, you're doing a Mania stream, right? You have a
36 hours to go. Well, actually,
you have
it is.
36 hours to go.
Wait a minute.
Well, what if I come?
Well, before you leave,
back
then,
another day.
if you don't want to talk to Nick,
let's continue this another day because I'm just out of steam from arguing. You know.
If you don't answer Nick, that's fine. That's fine.
I do have like one question. Can I just ask one question?
We have a lot.
I come back another time, or you know, RG. You know, I'm so tired from arguing with you guys.
Questions, so we haven't even gone to the Miss Manchi stuff. Don't you wanna?
Oh, you want to talk about that?
Bro, he rather talks about the Manchi stuff than to Nick. It's crazy. That's fucking insane. Why is he doing this to himself? Why is he still in this call? Why is he doing this to himself? I don't understand. Can someone please explain what is the madness that's going on here?
No, like.
Well, just what does the baby bottle mean in Miss Manchi? What does that mean?
The what?
Like the baby bottle emoji that you tweeted out on Mr. Miss Manchi?
It meant titty milk.
Titty milk. Okay, so it doesn't mean age play.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Have you ever been interested in age play?
We'll continue this on another part in RFC Mania.
Are you gonna be coming back later?
Maybe another day. I don't know. I just know that I can't argue anymore. Like my throat's like actually sore. Like I just can't.
If he actually comes back later, he is fucking mental. He really needs some grippy socks more than I do.
All right. Well,
let's just yeah.
We'll pick this up again later.
Yeah, we got through some things. So,
okay.
You know, with Bowblax and all, it's a long saga. All right.
It is.
There's a long thing to get through. We tackled some of it.
Oh, classic local behavior, talking about your own shit as a, you know, the Bowblax saga, you know? Bruh, don't talk about yourself like that.
But hey, we'll do the rest later, alright?
Alright.
We'll call again.
We'll call again.
Right?
Yeah. You promise. You promise we'll call again.
We're open to it completely.
Sure.
Alright. Well, damn. Damn.
The actual fuck was
I
that?
did not expect any of that. We'll call Nick here in a second, but I just need like a moment just to collect my thoughts.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Where does Nick call in? Okay. And wait, let me check. I think around here. Whoa! Oh yes. Crazy.
Yeah, we'll just do it this way. Hold on.
I'm so glad that he wasn't here. Otherwise, this would have bombed. Holy
Boom.
shit, dude.
Okay,
we would have never got.
Yeah, I can't show. I don't have it set up to show Discord. Okay, there we go. Chat, can you guys see that? I can't see anything right now.
I'll let them leave. See this man before we kill ya. Have fun, Quantum.
Can't see anything on the screen, but it might be too.
My ex-roomie was crazy hot. She had that grippy socks fit. Hell yeah. Let's fucking go.
Seconds behind. I don't know if you're set to all I see is
you have it behind, bro. Move it above. You have it behind.
Yeah, you gotta put your Gokinaru is kind of just. You got Gokinaru right there.
Bye, Quantum. Love you.
Turkey Tom's favorite Jew, Gokinaru, is currently above it.
All right.
Oops.
Okay, there we go. There we go. We got it set up. All right.
Okay.
We see your
so I wanted to do a little presentation. This is a new video that was uploaded. I don't really think you need audio. It was 2 years ago, so it's more recent than 5 years ago, which was our metric we were using.
I love presentations.
At some point along the way, Bowblax's principles changed. Now, I think they changed the minute that he was talked about. I think that's when his new principles were.
Yeah, nope. Listen, if you talk about me, I have completely different principles than my own stuff.
Established.
Yeah.
But
that's
I can't
ludicrous.
prove that. I can't prove that. Okay. What I can show you is this is a Adriana lawsuit full audiobook.
Oh, are there court documents in there?
Full audiobook. In fact, throughout the course of this video, he reads like most of the document. That's the point. All it is a full video.
Very German of you to love presentation. Listen, I'm a sucker for presentations, okay?
In the online stream.
Of Bowblax reading court documents. But not only does he do that, Not only does he do that, he also shouts out Henry Resilient, who's apparently chief doxer in chief, okay? Because he is a YouTuber who almost exclusively reads court documents.
Former investigator and current YouTuber.
Now, you could say 2 years ago, that's kind of crazy. Toastify found this. I've got to get one of my own. So let's go to the Bowblax YouTube channel. Wow, what is this? Twitter versus Carl Jobst? Is this right here an officer?
I thought Bowblax was very much against showing this kind of information. Oh Jesus, what happened there?
The court? Okay, is this a judge?
Yeah.
Okay, giving a verdict. Now, eagle-eyed viewers would notice that there is no. Okay, that's the GoFundMe. Eagle-eyed viewers would know there is no court documents in this video, which was uploaded April 1st, 2025. But what is in here is the full verdict document, uncensored, for your amusement.
Oh, oopsie daisy. Whoops. Oh, voila.
No way.
Wow.
Link directly in the description of the video.
Is there any compromising information in there? I mean,
I imagine there probably is, considering it's a 120-page court document that is literally...
God damn it. 120 pages to a court document.
One of the top fucking parts of his description.
Right.
So again, I argue that we as commentary YouTubers read legal documents all of the fucking time, okay? We've done this since the Onision thing. Remember the stream we did where we were pulling up a court document from the Onision thing and clicking YouTube link after YouTube link? Nobody ever had a problem with it.
No. Bowblax was very much against that. No, his principles said no.
On my stream, I've said if there's legal shit, I'll try to censor it as best as I can. But, like, it's a fucking court document. What am I supposed to do here? And now I didn't show his address. He admits I didn't show his address. So, is this not worse than what I did?
So Bowblax says...
I mean, Bowblax even showed the whole document uncensored, so...
in the chat in response to what you said, and if Miskiff hated me for that, it would make sense. You're allowed to do it, you're just an asshole for it.
Ah, so now if he does it, you know, he's allowed to do it, but you're an asshole for it. But it's not literally doxing, you know? Crazy how that works.
Nick.
Well, I brand myself as an asshole, so fortunately, I've got that going for me.
I was gonna say, yeah, if the argument just ultimately boils down to Nick's a cunt, then, I mean, that's...
But he should stop saying
Then I mean, you know.
Shared my personal info because it's a weird implication that you're like doxing Bowblax.
Right.
Which is not even close to what's happening.
Yeah.
He should that is
I love how he ran, but now he's in chat there.
I'm gonna be saying that shit.
I did not share his personal information.
Exactly.
That's not what. Yeah, and again, people were saying that I doxed his name until I found the clip where he said his full last name on stream.
Oh, I mean,
so
he's his
that
full
was
last
wiped
name
away. But again, Bowblax is a
times.
chronic liar. By that I mean he smokes shitloads of weed and then cries.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I mean by chronic liar. Just to be clear. When did I upload this video? By the way, that pissed him off. Lost home.
So maybe Bowblax didn't have his weed on him this day. You don't know.
So let me see.
Well, this would have been around a month ago.
So the funny part, this is actually the funniest part. Bowblax's principled position was actually born, I guess, on April 11th, because on April 1st, he was happy just sharing court documents.
Right.
And on the 11th, Nick showed his foreclosure thingy. Yeah. Makes sense.
So thankfully, he came to his senses in the next 10 days to find his
Listen, he's almost 30, he's about to gain empathy.
New principled position.
That he's held for years, apparently. His whole commentary history.
Yeah, I mean, his response
he
is
must
just
have gone on like a... He went in the woods and found Jesus in the 10 days.
He found the Jesus of the weed.
Showing court documents on stream is a malicious act that one should never do.
Yeah.
By the way, I mean, 111 became 411.
Like I said, it's two things, man. If his argument is that this isn't a principled stance, this is just my reasoning for hating you. It's like again, you have to be clear here. Okay, well then we're not talking about doxing then.
Listen, right? Bowblax doesn't have a talent to be really clear. And then he figured, oh shit, I didn't say this right. Wait, let me try again. I can say it right this time, and then you will all love me again, right?
We're talking about
coverage that you didn't like,
which is like
that's it.
It's an interesting stance because it's like also, you know, like I don't like when people call me an asshole or something like that, but I also call other people assholes. It's like a pointless argument to make. You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Yeah. That's just. I wish he was there to talk to you. He said he's down to call in.
He definitely ran from Nick. If we had proposed Nick earlier, he would have ran.
That was the funniest run I've ever seen.
Well, again, why did he argue in chat? When you leave the call, just log off. Don't continue to watch it if you can't take it.
I'm not running, guys. I'll be back at some point in your 37-hour stream. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah. Well, the clock's ticking, literally. So. Oh man, I did not expect that at all, man. Like, I mean, I'm.
By the way, every person I've talked to has said they have no idea what Bowblax is talking about. Apparently, this happened in a public server, and Bowblax is the only one who knows. Maybe he got laced or something. His weed of the night was laced with shrooms, and he started hallucinating.
He started to hallucinate that that Nick is Common Cop from too much weed and shrooms. Like I said, he saw it in a delusion.
A joke account or something? Like, was there something that he saw that like fucked with him?
We were sharing in a VC.
And what's funny is I've been at VCs with you when you're screen sharing. You screen share Twitter probably. I probably have been like hours of calls with you screen sharing Twitter. Never seen that.
I'll be in screen share. I'm in screen share and open up random shit in front of everybody.
Yeah, but suddenly one time,
you'd all know about it.
Yeah.
All right. Bowblax says I needed.
Listen, only Bowblax paid attention at that moment. You don't understand. He is eagle-eyed.
To get a glass of water. I'm literally answering in chat. Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to call back in, if you want to.
Oh, he's gonna get a glass of water and then he'll be back. Let's see how this goes. Oh, is it here? No, I don't think so. God damn it. Sadly. Will it come later again? No, but Nick shouted on his stream. Did you die again or is it just me? No, I don't die. I didn't die. What do you mean? I have excellent connection. Am I dead? Please don't tell me I'm not dead. We're almost done. Come on now. Please. There was a hiccup? Okay. Okay. Refresh, whatever. Fine now. Okay. Okay.
Call back in then, call back in.
Because, I mean, answering the chat is a very ineffective... Look, if you write in the chat, I'll read it, but it's a very ineffective way of getting your point across, getting your message out there.
I love it when people argue just in chat and are too chicken to just call in.
He'd be walking his dog, but his parents were afraid he'd fuck him up.
Oh. Dude, add him? Well, I mean, he's got to unblock my Apple.
I made a group chat with you guys. Oh,
you made a group chat?
He just got kicked out.
Oh.
He made a group chat and got kicked out, what?
Oh, maybe it's because he's blocked.
Wait, he picked up?
No, like I made a Discord group chat. You all were in there, and then he got kicked out. I think it's because you're blocked.
He said that again. Okay, let's join.
All right, let me kill the screen share in case he's porn on the screen.
It's just Apple iPhone, right?
Yeah. Nick, try not to have a document called Total Bowblax Death screen share.
Bowblax was very mad that there was a document on screen the last time that said Total Bowblax Death or something like that.
I mean, he showed the whole document. It's not like we were like hunting him.
Did you add him?
Yeah, but I added him, but it's kicked him out. I think it's because he has you blocked.
Oh, he's got to unblock.
That's how that works.
Yeah. Yeah, I sent him your Discord, so...
Wait, I don't think that's how Discord works. Do I have to unblock Bowblax?
I don't know.
I don't have him blocked.
You can also switch to my account again if you want to real quick, because we're adding.
Let's see.
Let's just switch to Connor's account and then I'll...
I don't have Bowblax blocked either.
All right, we're switching to Connor's account. We're going to call you on Connor's account.
Yeah, we'll do that. It's easier. I'm figuring this bullshit out.
Yeah, fuck that.
Come on.
Can you do that? Can you do that?
Get him back in.
Okay.
Get him back in.
Yeah.
Wait, it's calling me. Okay, let me just remove myself from this group.
And then add
Bowblax
in there. Yeah.
Nicholas Florio. All right. Great group.
There we go. Bringing it. Oh, here we go.
Gentlemen.
All right, what do you need me to call in about? I feel like oh shit, I need to mute the stream. One sec. Yeah, I feel like
not that the stream interrupts him again and he starts screaming because he thinks someone is talking over him.
I answered in chat, Augie said it, and then Nick acknowledged, so why am I calling in?
So I'm just curious. So when did your position change? Because you obviously posted court documents on your YouTube channel like 10 days prior.
Yeah, you're allowed to fucking post court documents and shit.
What do you mean?
But you said you were against that personally. It was against your morals just earlier. Because there could be, there could be personal information in there. It makes you an asshole. Like, come on, you can't just flip flop on that.
You're allowed to post. You mean doxes?
It's not a dox. What?
I would actually agree with that position. Are we agreeing to disagree on this one, Bowblax? What's
I
happening?
never said
I
you
didn't
doxed
show your
me.
address. Wait, then what did I do
It's just a dox if you do it to me.
wrong? What do you hate me for?
You were spreading the info, and I was
Spread
pissed
the
off about
public
that.
info about you?
Augie asked the reason I exposed you as comment cop, and I gave him the reason.
That's the reason why I exposed you as comment cop. Well, he got exposed. It's really generous to call it an expose. I'll be honest on that.
I'm not comment cop, you psychotic retard.
You are.
God damn it.
Why are you still lying about this? What?
I would love
Why
to
are
be
you still
comment
lying
cop.
about
Why
this?
are you still lying about these things? I can't believe you keep lying. You lying bastard.
If I was
Okay.
comment cop, that would be a good thing.
Then why are you so mad about the supposed lie that you're comment cop? If you're so thrilled that you would be comment cop,
What are you talking? I've made thousands of dollars off
you're
of
like, I'm going after you, Bowblax, now because of comment cop thing. This is one of my favorite things in one of your the one video I watched.
one video, by the way. You've never watched any of the other content, but you know everything that's in it.
No, wait. How do I know everything that's in it? I know what my comments say, which repeat a lot of.
Oh yeah, of course. It's just his comments that tell him what was said in this video. Well, even if it was true, why would you believe random shitters what they say about what Nick said about you? You know, it's like a lot of bigger streamers are like, oh wow, this is what he said in his video. That's, or like like streamers who are into drama and they refuse to watch a certain video, and then they just look in the chat, like the chatters give them their retelling of the video, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe he said that. Oh my god, he's a Nazi? Oh, that's crazy. You know, without actually checking it. So he looks stupid either way. If he lies about not watching the videos, and also if he just actually listens to chatters.
Of what you say, so maybe that.
Wait, so you're saying that all of your arguments about what I've said come from people writing them to you in YouTube comment form? So you've got no idea what I've ever said about you. If the only thing you got from me is people have, I guess, quoted me.
Yeah, exactly that.
In your YouTube comment section, how could you possibly know what to criticize?
I just said.
Out of
wait, did I criticize?
You gotta like inject weed so you can finish.
Did I ever criticize like the in-depth intricacies of like your videos and the points you made in them? All I said was that I was.
I mean, if you're not, then you've just lied about me for months. If you've never seen anything I've said.
One video. Wait,
what is the one?
What did I lie? Okay, where's the lie?
One video this time, please. Which is the one video this time?
The one that I left a comment on that we were just talking about that you interrupted me on.
Okay, like what?
Oh my god, I really hate it when people are this pissy about getting interrupted or getting talked over, especially if it's someone like Bowblax who screams over people constantly. Like, come on, bro, stop being a piss baby about it.
Well, the point is that video is why I called you out to be comment cop.
But why did you fabricate that I'm comment cop?
I didn't fabricate it. You are comment cop. You're still.
You are comment cop. Gaslighting. He's gaslighting him about it until Nick finally says, you know what, yeah, I am comment cop. But also for someone who doesn't like Keemstar, because Bowblax now hates Keemstar, he really likes to argue the same way that Keemstar does, because Keemstar also does the, why are you interrupting me? Why do you interrupt me again? Why do you interrupt me?
Evidence to support that. Every person in that Discord server claims to have not seen
at least he admits it. I mean, shit.
Dude, like,
why did you never
you're just gonna lie?
But like, I have a question. Is this
why are you grilling me on a lie? We all know the truth. Why are you just keep grilling me then? I'm not
Who is we? Why is he saying we all know the truth? We all know the truth, Nicholas. Why do you keep lying?
not gonna like concede. Like what?
Why did you never confront me privately if you thought I've been snaking you for years? When we were on better terms.
Because you blocked me.
Wait, I blocked you? You happened to
Because you blocked me. No, this would have been for years. You never asked him because he blocked you just now.
Just joined the Discord, saw that I was comment cop, and then I blocked you? Like in that like sweeping motion.
No.
So you thought that I was snaking you for months prior based off of this argument.
We is Bobby and his tulpas, you know what? I believe it. I believe it. We all know the truth.
Yeah, I could barely get a conversation. I kept trying to get in a conversation with you. You blow me off.
When you were manic and angry.
Oh, you know, I tried so often to talk to you about how you are content cop, but you always blew me off. Gee.
still didn't come up in our conversation. Even when you were saying absolutely.
Yes, we went over this. Yes,
you did not mention. No, we didn't go over this.
If we're gonna, yeah, me and Augie talked about it earlier.
You were fighting with me and lobbying.
Who the fuck is ding dinging?
Everything you had at me, and you didn't mention.
It wasn't everything I had. And I was distressed. I was distressed and mentally ill.
I was distressed and mentally ill. You're being mean to a mentally ill person right now. Can't believe it. You're doing this. God. Get a grip.
What else?
It wasn't an act, and I wanted to protect you. I said in the.
I wanted to protect you. That's why I never told anyone that your content cupped. Sure.
Said in the DMs, dude, or you let me respond. Are you gonna let me respond? Or are you gonna keep interrupting like a fat ass?
No, if you're just spinning for big tails, then you should be interrupted. I'm sorry, but no.
It depends if you yell louder. If you yell louder when I interrupt, then I will interrupt.
You're interrupting when
if
I'm
it
not
becomes
yelling.
more clippable when I interrupt you, I will interrupt you more.
It becomes more clippable if you scream louder.
Okay, alright. Let's have a little bit of decorum here. One at a time. Bowblax go and then Nick.
Oh, they missed Bowblax saying goodbye. Wait.
Decorum here. Let's have a little bit of decorum here.
Oh, further.
I interrupt you. I will interrupt you more.
Okay, alright. Let's have a little bit of decorum here. Let's have
there. Okay, bye.
Little bit of decorum here. One at a time. Bowblax go and then Nick.
You've got nothing. He's got literally nothing, dude.
He already left.
Did he leave?
Did he leave?
He did.
Oh, he did.
What the fuck? I literally just
tried to balance
I literally
it.
just moderated. What the fuck? Come back. No.
Yeah, no, he doesn't come back. So this was the end of the call. And then, you know what, let me put this on the other, because Twitter likes to fucking flashbang me sometimes. So, you know, better be careful. Better careful than sorry. So, and shortly after that, of course, Bobby made some tweeties. Bowblax. A fucking typewriter. Bowblax. There we go. Further down, down we go. Do. The feeling when you're so high of your own thoughts that you don't notice the person you're trying to argue with sat by and left 3 minutes ago. No, it's supposed to be that loud. It's a mechanical keyboard. It is that loud by design. Because I like my clickety-clackety keyboards. Also, they didn't need 3 minutes. They noticed it in literally 30 seconds. And then there came a post. Why were you at this Nick Fuentes event at augierfc? Dun 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 dun. If you support Nick Fuentes, please unfollow me. His reaction to this is so telling. What the fuck, man? Holy shit. Let's see the reaction.
Didn't mind using a platform made by him.
Yeah, so now
Anyway.
you get the reaction to this tweet. You don't have to use the hammer on it though. I'm using my fingers.
Anyway, so Bowblax says, I was sent this just now, which is why I'm asking him. I didn't know he was a close ally and a part of the Nick Fuentes America First movement. I thought he just liked laughing in his streams and didn't mind using a platform made by him.
Are you part of the Nick Fuentes AF movement?
Bro,
What are
this
you talking about?
is just so troll.
That is
dude.
so troll.
This is just so fucking troll.
Also, he knew this. That he used the platform Cozy TV. Like, Bowblax knew all this. They've known each other for years.
Wow.
Part of the AF movement is not even true. Is he just not? I think that's just a lie. What he says he knew, I think, is the truth. I mean, that's what I would consider it, at least.
Dude. I am like blown away right now. What the fuck? What the fuck? This man was friends with you and now he's asking. Bro. I would literally sit in calls and just be watching America First streams like openly in front of him.
Yes.
And he never had a problem with it until now.
Ironically, like that's how. Like there was no surprise there.
Well, yeah, but I mean, part of the AF movement. I mean, what does that even mean? And
Well,
is that
okay.
even true?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what that means. Like, what was I like doing missions or something? Like, what the fuck? I was doing like GTA missions for it. Like,
yeah, I don't. It's very strange. It's completely just bad fate. I think this has to go all the way backwards.
Yeah, so now he's acting all surprised, like, oh, I can't believe he's like that. Blurting out some, and then just got sent this by a trusted friend of mine, and honestly, I'm horrified. What the fuck do you mean by this, Bowblax? I don't know if I can play this clip. It's pretty much just saying Bowblax saying something mean, you know, and using slurs and blurting out something edgy in response to someone else being edgy in a Discord call. Is worlds apart from attending an American First Nick Fuentes events. Why were you there? Boom, 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 boom. So, we've been at it for quite some time. I think this covers most of the important Bowblax stuff. Let me get to the outro music. Thanks so much for everyone to join. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a good night, evening, whatever time it is for you. Once again, thanks for watching. Bye-bye!